Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. There we go. That works. Check, 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 check. Hmm. Can you hear me talking now, Excel? 'Cause I'm not on Discord right now. I'm actually restarting Discord. I don't know what is going on. We'll figure it out. All right, cool. Yeah, I actually had my gain turned because I was mucking with it, seeing that there was something that was doing. But yeah, none of the other guys are coming in. Check, check. See, when we're talking in Discord, it's not even lighting up. So I don't know what is going on, but this could put a big damper on the night. My mic, my headphones, it's all good to go. All right. Yeah, I have no answer. I have no answer. I wonder. I'm gonna try on another channel. Check. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? I don't see me talking. Hey, Gomer. Yeah, unless sorry, trying to type and talk at the same time doesn't work. Unless somebody can give me a better clue what the hell, I have zero idea why none of my voice chat is working on any of my game channels. I'm going to do some digging. Deglin's getting a waiting endpoint, not voice connected, so I am going to see. A lot of problems. To fix, restart Discord. Okay. Yeah. I restarted Discord and it still didn't work.
Test.
Oh, snap.
Oh, wait. We got something.
We're here.
Yes.
There we go.
Oh, voice connected. Hold on. Hey, I'm hearing voice connected. You guys got anything?
Yep, we got you.
Yep, can hear you.
All right.
There it is.
All right.
5 by 5.
So hang on. Nobody move. Deglin, stick your right arm up with your thumb pointing to the west. Just hold it there.
Okay, got it.
Nephron, I need you to stick your right arm out to the east with your middle finger pointed down. And I think that'll hold it. You guys are going to be our antennas for this game. So,
Roger that.
I zero clue. I did nothing. All I did was yell at my computer and say, "You piece of shit," and then all of a sudden it started working.
It
No,
wasn't
it said,
yeah.
Discord is down. They said
Yeah.
they have an error message on their
Yeah.
site
Yeah.
saying they're having an issue. So
Yeah, I figured. It's great timing. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Appreciate that. So, all right. So let's do this. we're already 11 minutes late from starting, but we're just going to go ahead and kick off the stream. For those that know, whenever we start the game, I always have sort of an intro that I play out on Twitch. If you happen to go out to the site, you can watch. If not, you can. I don't know if it plays back through you guys through here. I hear it because I'm obviously playing it, but anyway, we're going to kick this thing off, and then hopefully we'll accomplish something tonight. So let's go.
Oh, that's a question I also had. Since I was subscribed to the old Twitch, do I automatically renew with this one, or do I have to change it again?
No, it's the same Twitch.
It's just, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
It's the same channel. It's just a different game.
The name changed. It says Age of Worms number 0. I didn't know if it would change
Yeah,
it.
no, that has nothing to do with it. It's all about the channel name, Agora Quest.
Cool. Monkey says we have worms.
I know why he's here too.
Screw with us?
No, he's going to start dropping nat 20s left and right because he's got a shit ton of points he can spend.
I got 25,000, yeah.
It's because you never come to the 5e game.
I used to, but
Yeah.
I would give them points and they would never come and reciprocate. So I said, no, screw them.
Monkey couldn't.
You know, I knew he couldn't, but the others could.
Yeah, Excel, we haven't done anything. It's a whole Discord issue. They've got something up on their status site saying that they're having issues. And it just magically worked.
I'm gonna look at mine.
Don't touch anything.
Okay. I noticed that there was a problem with the gear. It was like saying I was way too weighted down, and so I took all the weights off.
Oh, yeah,
and I
I
was
see what
trying
you're
to
saying.
figure it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, we'll get it worked out. Don't worry about that. We can magically make stuff happen.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, TeamSpeak was something we could go, but whatever. All right.
All right.
All right. We have made it, but now give me just a second because I don't know what I did, but in redoing everything, where is it? Is this it? No, you don't want that. Shield mode is off. Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. All right. So I have to go to studio
No,
mode
actually,
here. Oh, stop it. So yeah, I have to restart my my DM thingy. Let's go here and let's deactivate and then go back to my Elgato face cam. Okay. Let's see if it'll restart by activating. There we go. Now we're in there. Save. Get out of studio mode. Man, this has just been like a fun kickoff to the new game. But I appreciate all you guys hanging out there while we fumbled around and really did nothing but yell at our computers.
You piece of shit.
That's right. So yeah, so apparently Discord's got outages. I'm sure it doesn't affect everybody at the same time, but it hit us just as we were getting started. But I appreciate you guys hanging with us. I know it's a 15-minute late start, but that's okay. what have we said from day one? We've been doing it. And by the way, I appreciate you guys coming over from the old game, which ran for 4 years, into this brand new game. But even though it's a new game, it's still the same old Shiza cinema. So I firmly believe that the only reason we have anybody come watch our game is so that they can laugh at us and point fingers and say, damn, I'm glad we don't suck like that. But it doesn't matter what brings you here. The fact of the matter is you are here. Excel, Agomrin. I'm not sure of any of the other locals that are still hanging out with us. I really appreciate you guys coming out. For anybody that's new here, welcome. For all you old hands, welcome back. If you don't know who we are Agora Quest. This is our brand new first edition game. Our old game 1E one-shots finished up a couple weeks ago. As the party took care of business with Vecna. Man, is people dropping stuff on us or something? Oh, Paul's out there like dropping coins, man. Look at you.
Paul just dropped 100 bits. Yeah.
I know, dude. You are like rocking.
Pity one for DM.
Pity one for the DM. Whoop, whoop.
He's having too many problems. I felt bad.
I appreciate you. Vecna did live a Gomrin, but that was always the case. But at least he was removed from where he wasn't supposed to be. But hey, definitely appreciate that pity one. Let's talk about that first of all. As I said, if you're new here, welcome. But if you get an opportunity while you're watching the stream, click that little like, follow button. We definitely appreciate that. Make sure you talk to your friends, family, coworkers, people that have absolutely nothing to do on a Monday night. You know where they should be is right here checking us out, especially that we got a new game, got a few new players. See how things go. If you're into 5e, we also have a 5e stream. That stream is every other Friday. It was supposed to be this coming Friday. Yeah, it's supposed to be this coming Friday we were playing, but unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but my son's birthday is on Saturday, and we always do stuff with them on their birthdays and whatnot. Well, he tells us that he has plans with his friends, so he went ahead and booked family reservations on Friday. I was like, appreciate the heads up, okay? And so I told everybody that we were either going to try to do it on a Wednesday because I can't do it Thursday. Excuse me. But it doesn't look like we're going to be able to, so we're probably just going to push it back to next week, and then we'll just double up. So we'll do next Friday and the Friday after that. So that's kind of the game plan right now. But anyway, if you like 5e, come check us out on a 5e stream. If you follow the stream, as you know, you earn tokens. Monkey, I know, is sitting here waiting with bated breath. He was playing in both games, and the rule is you cannot donate nat 1s or nat 20s to the game that you're in, right? Excuse me. I really don't have much of a problem with cheers and stuff like that, although you cannot cheer and give yourself points. But I appreciate that, Paul, for that +1. Would definitely appreciate. But anyway, as you watch the stream, you earn those tokens. You can trade them in for nat 1s and nat 20s. Don't forget they're only good for that session. Tonight, I would recommend you don't drop any because any combat that we have tonight is only going to be in the context of teaching the new guys that haven't done Foundry VTT how combat rolls in Foundry VTT. And there's always some crap that goes sideways or whatever. We always have little issues here or there. So we want to be able to go through it and check it out and see how things work. So at least we have sort of a handle on how it works. However, as I said, for every 100 bits you cheer, you can also grant a +1 to your favorite player. Or, of course, I, your humble DM, will never deny that opportunity to take that from you. And just remember that every dime that you guys spend on us helps support the stream in some way, shape, or form, whether it's content provider, hosting services, where I get my maps and stuff from, the Patreons and some of the other artists that I get artwork and maps and stuff from. So I encourage you, if you would like that, don't hesitate to help a brother out. and give us some plus ones here or there. And with that said, at the end of the last game, there were some leftover points. There were actually a total of 7 leftover points. And so I just kind of spread them out amongst all of us. And as of right now, everybody has a +1. For the new guys, what does that mean? That means you have a 1 point that you can use anytime. You can save it. You don't have to use it tonight, or I would not recommend using it tonight because you're never going to need it. But when the game really gets going, if you need to bump a score up or down a point or two, however many points you have. At one point, I think Monkey last game had like 10 or 12 points or something like that. That means you roll the dice and you could bump your score up or down, up at however many points you have in order to make it a successful roll. And you know as well as I do, there are times when you miss by 1 point. Well, now you don't have to. And as I was speaking earlier, people can also donate natural ones or natural 20s, and those have to get assigned to a specific player as well. If somebody donates and they don't specify a player, unlike last game where I gave it to the party, this game there's going to be a roll-off. So everybody just roll a D20, highest roll gets that bonus nat 1 or nat 20. And what does that do for you? A nat 1 or a nat 20 that you have on hand allows you to replace any dice roll with a nat 1 or a nat 20. So if I have a nat 1 and you happen to roll a nat 20, looks like our thief Hub has his headphones muted. I don't think he's listening to us. Somebody wanna go poke him in the
Fran
channel?
and Excelsior's
Well,
trying to talk.
there he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, can y'all hear me now?
There we are. I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm not very computer savvy.
That's all right, brother. Welcome to the club. But yeah, we'll get as you start doing it a few times, it'll come. You don't have to, like Nephron Paul, he's got his mic muted. That's perfectly fine. I'd recommend not having your headset muted though, because if you do that, you're not going to hear anything. So, but anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. So for the nat 1s and nat 20s, you can replace a dice roll with that nat 1 or nat 20. So if you roll a crit against me and I happen to have, or even a hit, and that doesn't even have to be a crit. If you just hit me with an attack and I have a nat 1, I can replace your dice roll with that nat 1. Now, if you happen to have a nat 20, you cannot then replace my nat 1 with your nat 20. It's only a one-time replacement, so you can't, like, it's not like Uno where you can go back and forth. No. If
counterspell your counterspell.
That's it, exactly. So you can't do that. So if you use your natural 20 that was given to you to hit, then I cannot take my nat 1 and take that away. It has to be whatever you roll. So anyway, when people give those to us, usually toward the beginning of the game, sometimes right as the big bad combat comes along. But those are only good for the session that they were donated. Sometimes I allow those to carry over if you happen to get a nat 1 or a nat 20 donated to your character. There may be no opportunity to use it, and then I'll just make that concession and say, all right, we'll carry it over for next stream. But I'm sorry. I had like a flu bug, and then it went away, and all of a sudden I got slammed in the head. So I don't know if it's an allergy or I got some kind of a head cold, but it drains back and it's making me cough. So again, perfect. It's kind of like a perfect storm with Discord. All right. So what else we got to talk about? A couple other things. Where are we? House rules. Yeah. Got the 100 bits cheered. Did the follow. Don't forget also, if you like Greyhawk like we like Greyhawk, and we all love Greyhawk, go check out the Greyhawk Creatives team page. That's twitch.tv/team/Greyhawk Creatives. You can see a whole lot of Greyhawk content providers out there, from Laura Kazumba to Mike Disney, Anna Meyer, you name it, they're there. I encourage you to check all those out. Go give them a like, follow, let them know where you got the information from. Spread the word on who we are. And I would definitely appreciate that. If you can't remember all that, totally fine. If you're in the Twitch stream and the chat channel, exclamation point socials, that's plural, exclamation point socials will point you to all of our content, whether it's on X, whether it's on YouTube, here on Twitch, you name it. You can be able to, our Discord server, come check us out there. And if you're a follower of the channel, when you get to the Discord, let us know. We'll put you in the followers channel. Hey,
Monkeys
Oh.
dropping 100s.
That's it, man. That's it. Well, he's like, he gets paid like $1,000 an hour or some shit like that. He's got like a really good job, so he can afford that.
It's freaking worth it though. He
Yeah.
does some good work.
Yeah. Oh, dude, he does. You oughta, and then his music that he does too. All right. So Monkey has just donated a +1 to everybody. So everybody now has +2 points available, except for your humble DM, who still has 1, and that will be remembered on Friday. But that's all right. No, that's kidding, man. I'm kidding, brother. You don't have to do that. Dude, you're spending all your coins right now, and I'm not even getting a chance to use it tonight. But okay, I'll take it. DM's got a nat 1. All right, so let's kind of get into some of the other stuff. First of all, I have sort of I don't know if it's like a game plan tonight so much as to here's where I want to go. First thing I want to do is kind of go through a little bit of intros on who you guys are and who your character is going to be. You don't have to get into a lot of detail because our session 1 is really going to be a lot of introduction of the players and their backgrounds and stuff like that. But just in a general sense, name, character name, where you are, time zone, stuff like that. And then we'll just go around the horn, right? So let's just kind of take it from the top. I'll start. Then we'll just go Bowman, Deglin, Exior, Krog, Nephron, and then we'll get on to the next. So first and foremost, everybody knows me. I'm Sean. I'm in the Orlando, Florida area. I've been streaming for a little over 4 years now. I think we started April of 2021, which is kind of coincide with all the lockdown crap that was going on. But I host this particular stream as well as I said, our 5e stream, our Parentland Adventures, which we actually have now renamed. Started out as Parentland Adventures, and then we kind of renamed it to Heroes of Christchurch, because that's the little town that they started in. So anyway, like I said, I'm pushing 61. I'll be 61 in November. Retired Navy, but yeah, loving the D&D. Really, really glad that we got you guys on board to kind of play, and really looking forward to shit. Mr. Bowman 74, tag, you're it.
Sweet. Hey, so my name's Kevin Ford. I'm a retired guy. I'm living down in Baja California, sir, these days. And been retired for a couple of years. Before that, I was just doing some independent consulting. My character name is Renoir, and he's a cleric of Tritherion. His parents were captured as slaves, and he was rescued by some clerics of Tritherion and brought into the order. And ever since then, he's been somewhat distrustful of authority and really trying to bring power to the people for where authority can kind of step in and trample people's rights, such as putting them into slavery. That's probably about it for me.
Hey, man, that's excellent. Mr. Iger.
That's me, Aderson. I played in the original campaign. I came in around like the end of the year of 2021, someplace around there. And I was Deglin in that campaign. And now this campaign, I am Bayamba, which is the first mistake we found on the page. It says my name is Wampus, which is the original name I went with until I found out that Discord's, what do they call him? Mascot is called Wampus. So we changed my name to Bayamba.
So where are you saying it's still showing?
On the Twitch page, the background page, it says each character's photo and the name.
Yeah.
Mine's still saying Wampus. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
It's on the stream? Or on on Foundry, I should
on
say?
The stream. Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, you're right. I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, I will fix that while you talk.
Okay. Actually, XL Deglin is still around. He's running a temple in Diamond Lake as a, what was he, 13th level cleric?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's going to be kind of like an NPC in this campaign. So we will still see Deglin around. Anyway, I'm also retired Navy. I'm just turning 56 this November. I live over in the Tampa Bay area, just across from Orlando there, so I can probably hit him if I threw really hard.
Thanks, man.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been playing D&D since '79, so been playing
Right.
since I started playing 5th edition just recently. My daughter's running a game here at the house.
Nice. Awesome. All right, how's that? Is that better, Biamba?
That's me.
All right. Cool. All right, who we got next? Exior, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Tag,
Yep.
you're it.
All right, my name's Scott Benson. I've been playing D&D since like 1982 or so. I'm 54, be 55 in about 2 weeks. I'm medically retired from the Marine Corps. I got hurt in '94 and had to get a medical discharge. I've been working all kind of odd jobs between then and when I got out. I've been at my last position, my current position. I'm the general affairs manager for an auto parts manufacturer. I've been there for, it'll be 20 years next April.
Nice.
My character is Modred Mist Dragoon. He's a wizard. He's an older guy. He's got a big beard and all that. He went to his order is the Amethyst Order. It's located inside the free city of Greyhawk. He has come to Crystal Lake to to increase his magical knowledge. Like I said, he's about 40, but he looks about 60. But he's physically fit. He's a physically fit 60-year-old looking guy. He's an albino, and he's got hemophilia, so he'll be drinking this herb tea called blackroot tea. It helps his blood to clot. And I hope this is a good game, man. I ain't been a player in many years.
Hey, man, it's all good. DMs make the best players most of the time. Yeah, and Scott didn't want to tell everybody his medical discharge came because he got hung up in some power lines when he jumped out of an airplane, which is his first mistake, is jumping out of an airplane. But we won't talk bad about it.
Perfectly good airplane.
We won't. It's almost as bad as sinking a perfectly good ship if you're in the Navy.
Yeah,
so.
done that too.
Anyway, appreciate you, sir. Mr. Krog, tag you are it, sir. William, can you hear us, sir? Uh-oh.
Yep.
I don't see him talking.
So
I don't see him talking. We'll pass on. And skip.
So I'll mention this since everybody else is hopping on this. So I'm a vet too, so I'm interested to see if he's also a vet.
Nice.
So that would be 5 for 5.
That would be.
all of us are.
No, I don't think Nephron is. I think Paul is too young to be he's like 16 or some shit like that. Paul, tag your again.
I am the baby of the group. I'm 51. I started playing D&D in sometime in the early 80s. Can't remember exactly when, but all this talk of retirement, I got 2 little kids, so I figure I can retire about 85 years old, maybe 90.
Give or take. That's what I'm shooting for.
Yeah. I live in the cornfields of Iowa for now, hopefully back overseas someday. But anyways, my character is Mulgar Stargazer, who is a wild elf ranger who is lost after his village was attacked and by bugbears and everyone was killed. So he's become a wanderer.
Nice. Where in Iowa?
Sioux City, a place you've never heard of or never want to hear of.
Wait, where?
Sioux City?
Sioux City? Oh, yeah, I've never heard of it. No, dude, I grew up in Clinton. Shut up. I know where Sioux City is. XR, you made it. Hang on. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Krog. Krog, your turn, sir. I know XR already went. I'm just looking to see why. Hub, our thief, our latest arrival. Can you not hear? This is killing me, man. Hear a test. I heard something
I
really
heard something.
weak. Heard something really weak.
Turn your mic gain up. Maybe that'll help.
Getting them in the channel.
Mm.
Let me check out his. He's not muted by me. He's not blocked or anything. I've got his volume up. He's talking, but I don't hear him. He's lighting up, but I don't.
Damn, nip it.
Yep. I see him lighting up, but I just
Yeah,
don't hear.
he's trying to chat. You know, one little test thing I did. Change your mic to something else and then change it back, and sometimes that works.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good idea. If you hit the little gear wheel at the bottom, and again, if you guys know this stuff in Discord, I apologize. I'm not sure where you guys are, but if you go down in the little gear wheel, it says user settings. About halfway down the list, it's voice and video. Open it up and you go to voice. You can see it as input and output device. The input is obviously your mic. The output's your headphones or whatever you're listening on. It should have a couple different choices. Like mine even has the same choice, but it has the word default in front of it. So even though mine says the HyperX Quadcast, it's got default HyperX Quadcast as well, right? You switch it and switch it back, and maybe that'll reset settings. Also, my recommendation is on the input profile, it has voice isolation, studio, or custom. I recommend studio for those that care. But yeah, so hopefully you're like really weak. I can like hear whenever you light up, I can hear something, but it's really, really weak. So I don't know if your mic is an issue.
Test. Can you hear me?
Hey, Tech,
Perfecto.
you are it.
Sorry about that.
No worries, man. Hey, this is why we do the session 0 to kind of get all the garbage out of the way, right?
Roger that. My name is actually Brian Leatherwood.
Brian,
right now, I'm up in New Jersey area. That's not where I'm originally from. I am retired military. I'm from the Air Force.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The country club of the services, if you will.
Yes, sir.
So
That's correct.
I'm also in my 50s, late 50s, gonna be 59 this fall.
Nice.
I have not played in a long time, like some other people. So I'm looking forward to it, but we can already see I'm kind of like that professor from Jurassic Park. It looks like technology doesn't always work for me. So you'll have to hold my hand, I think, as we go through this whole process.
Trust me.
For
Sorry, go ahead.
my character is a Hub Bolin. He's a mixed blood halfling. He always tries to be cool, but he's always kind of got a little look of fear on his face most of the time. You can see he's not heavily armored, so you can assume what he might be. And he's not from the Free City of Greyhawk region. Originally, he's from Keoland, and he just felt like he needed to move a little bit for some reason. So
he's got the wandering itch. Cool. Well,
something to that effect.
Yep. Well, I appreciate you joining the club, Brian. I really do. So Paul, looks like you're going to have to go enlist real quick, so you can get retired, and then you can be one of us.
I'm a little too old, a little too fat for that. But,
yeah, well, they take old fat people. And I will not tell a lie. I tried to get into the Air Force before I joined it. I was living on the streets of Phoenix, Arizona. I was semi-homeless. I had friends that let me stay there once in a while, but one night I didn't have a place to stay, and they were building houses in the neighborhood of my friends, so I actually slept in one of the houses that they were building, and police came in, kicked me awake, and said, dude, you can't be here. And I got tired of that, and so I went to the Air Force recruiters twice. They were never there. And so I'm like, I got to do something. I can't be living on the street. So I went to the Navy, and boom, they plucked me off the streets, cleaned me up, and sent me on my way. And to this day, I should have known. I should have gone to the place where you'd never have to be at work. That's what I should have done. Is because Phoenix has got the nice Air Force base right there, Luke Air Force Base. It was really nice. So,
country club, man, country club.
I actually tried to join the Marine Corps.
Nice.
They wouldn't take me.
Hey, if anybody is on, looks like we had, I don't know who Susanna is, but we'll wait and see. If anybody from the channel is in Discord and they start getting spam messages from Susanna, make sure you report it and we can bounce, because we had somebody, looks like just came in. But I got like a, hey, just got a message likely from a spammer, and I'm like, oh, it's just everybody welcome Susanna. But yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to.
Oh, Susanna.
Yep, exactly. So let's kind of get into tonight, right? So this campaign is called Age of Worms. For those that never knew what Age of Worms was, that was a pretty cool adventure series that was set back in 3rd edition. But I have reskinned everything, and it is going to be 1st edition stuff. But I do want to give a shout out to one of the Patreons that I follow. Is when you actually, it's kind of funny when you get their emails and stuff, it's Oworth Odyssey. And that's what originally caught my attention, was like, oh crap, Oworth Odyssey. That's like all Greyhawk stuff. And these guys do great. I don't know if it's one guy or a group of people, whatever. They do great work. And they have actually done maps for a lot of dungeon magazine adventures and stuff like that. And it just so happened that when I was looking at what the next campaign was going to be, I knew I wanted it to be one of the adventure paths. Wasn't sure which one, but Age of Worms has always intrigued me. And so I was looking for some maps, because I really don't want to use the maps out of the dungeon. But these guys did all high-end maps. So all the maps that you see that are for the game itself, for the adventure piece itself, are all going to be coming from the Patreon. Again, the actual, I think, let me look here real quick. I had it written down. I know I got it here somewhere. It's actually Mason Fantasy Cartography. Mason Fantasy Cartography. So if you check them out on Patreon and do a search for Mason Fantasy Cartography, that's where I'm getting the maps and stuff from. And when you actually look at the name, when you go there, is actually Oworth Odysseys. So I don't know if they changed their name after the fact and just left the, you know how like you can only change your name once a year on Twitch or whatever it is, or something like that, or Twitter or whatever. You're only allowed it every couple of years. But anyway, so I'm not sponsored by them. I did send them a message saying, hey, love the maps, just so you know we're going to be using your content in our stream. Want to give love to them. You can see their logo in the upper left hand corner of the stream there. It's kind of hard to read, but you can see it says Mace on a big yellow letters there. But yeah, these got some really good maps, and it's not just of this adventure. It's kind of late to the game, although I already had them for the game, but he's doing Lost Temple of Therisden right now. Got some pretty sweet looking maps on that too. So anyway, I want to shout those guys out, give them some love, and I will continue to show the love to those guys as we go. So anyway, we are set in Greyhawk. We are in Diamond Lake. For those that don't know, and by the way, other maps that you'll see are probably going to be Animire. So if it's a wilderness map, it's Animire, just because why not?
What I like about her maps, in some places, man, you can scroll down into the map, and she's got the whole hex mapped out.
Yep. She's what's the word I want to look for? Pretty anal when it comes to getting her maps done. She puts some high energy.
Has she finished this, or is she still working on it?
Honestly, I don't know. I know she was doing something super big. Like she was giving some incredible detail, like a mile per hex or something like that. It was just
Yeah.
absolutely. But she's got to have like 5 gigs of storage space or whatever. But anyway,
Good night.
yeah. Yeah, and it's just crazy. So anyway, let's talk about this game. We are going to be in Diamond Lake. That's where everything kind of kicks off. That's where everybody's run to, hidden to, and whatever. As our players have explained, we have a barbarian who comes from the Wolf Nomads. We have Mulgar, the ranger, who comes from the Vespi region. We have Hub, who comes from Keeland, kind of made his way up. Renoir, I forgot where you said you were from. Forgive me if you did not detail where
So
you
it
were
was
from.
I grew up in a monastery that was
That's
up
right.
in the Sword Coast, I believe.
That's right. You had talked about the slave stuff, and then they took you actually to the Shield Lands on
Correct,
the north
correct.
edge of the Near Div
That's
and
right.
stuff, and then you were released by the priests of Tritherion. And then you made your way down, and now you're sort of freelancing, going out there, thumping heads until they get understood. You know, the beatings will commence until morale improves. So, but yeah, Tritherion's a great deity to go by. And then last but not least, Modred, who comes from the Free City itself, right? So those are our players and sort of where they're from. Next week, I actually took the backgrounds that the players did, and I plugged it all into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT then wove everything together and created individual backstories for the players. So I will be going through those next week when the game officially kicks off, and then I have my opening monologue to talk about the game and what's going on. So hopefully you'll return for that. But tonight is really a technical kind of a session. Some of our players have been with us for a while and they've worked with Foundry before. Others have not. And so the first thing that I kind of want to go through is players. Everybody, it looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4 of our players are actually in Foundry right now. I got Paul, Kevin, Scott, and Iger. So I don't have. Who don't I have? Brian, it doesn't look like you are in, and I'm not sure. I may have to go back. I thought I added you. I sent you a link to the VTT, right, Brian?
Yeah, I've got something I thought that took me to Forge, but
Yes.
and maybe it was supposed to. So I'm in the Forge.
You're in Forge
But-
now? Okay, so
Correct, but from there I'm not sure what to do.
okay, so I'm going to go to Forge right now. I want to make sure that I have you added in. Man. Yep, that's why. So I have to add Hub. So here we go. I add Hub. So the missing link there was I added you to the game officially, and now I can go in and I can say, where is he? Are you Leather WBK? That was it? Is that you? Who's that on the?
That's me, correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna put you as the owner for Hub. All right, so you may have to log out of Forge and then re-log in for it to pick up. But once I have you set up, when you get there, it'll say, "Oh, you're in the game." You just have to. There should be a button that says "Launch Game." So let me know if that works for you. You might even, I don't know if you have to log out. Maybe just refresh the page.
All right, stand by. Let me see here.
Yep, no worries. We'll give you a couple minutes here. And again, I appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. But as I said, this is going to be kind of a technical thing. because there's some things that I want to show our old players that I found out that I thought was kind of cool, and how we're going to be doing combat slightly different than how we did it in the other game. But it's not going to be too bad. There you are. You're in now. So you should see everybody should see, can you confirm that you can see the Greyhawk domain map? And then if you sort of zoom in toward the center of Diamond Lake, you should see there is and I'm going to switch to the stream view so that the stream can see. Everybody should be able to see now the map, Anna Meyer's map of the domain of Greyhawk. Anybody not see that on their VTT when they're looking right now? Players, everybody good?
I'm good.
Yeah, good.
I'm good.
I'm good. Yep.
If
Good.
it-
Okay. If anybody has issues as we go along, just kind of let me know. This system is set, and I never shut down the server unless I have to do some update on something, because a lot of updates it won't take if something's running. It can be in standby, but if as soon as anybody logs in, it officially quote unquote starts the server. And so if I have to do an update, I may have to stop the server, do the update, and then restart it. But the bottom line is you are able to come here on your off time if you want to kind of muck around and try things and play with things. There's certain things you can't do, but 90% of what you would ever need to do, you should be able to do. And if you ever want to hop on in an afternoon and say, hey, can you walk me through this? You just ping me on Discord. We'll set up a time and we'll get out here and work through it. So kind of the first thing that I want to do is go through an overview of the VTT itself. If you guys happen to be watching the stream, I don't know how many different monitors and how other players do it. I have two monitors, right? I have one view that's a player view and one view is a DM view. But I also have a browser open that's watching the stream, right? So I can see and answer people's questions and do all this other stuff. Oops, not what I want to do. Just getting myself into mod view just so I can see. So, excuse me. So, if you watch the stream, because if you get lost in trying to do things yourself, then I recommend take a look at the stream and you can kind of see, or even better, tell me to stop, and we'll figure out what the problem is. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go through the different icons you might be seeing. And if you have any questions or you see something different, let me know. And also be aware is that a lot of the stuff that I can see, you can't, because I have a DM view and you don't, right? But I'm actually going to be going through and looking at it from the player's view standpoint, just so you guys are kind of aware. So starting with, let's go, where's my session notes? So starting with the left-hand side of the screen, in the upper left-hand corner, you will see that there's, and I love the new layout for Foundry versus the old one, but the one thing that kind of irks me sometimes is the icons fade to the background, make them kind of hard to see sometimes until you put your mouse over it, and then they kind of jump out into view. So if you look over on the left-hand side, at the very bottom, you should see a list of people that are on, and you can see it's got Agora Quest, which is my user that I used for the player view. That is an observer-only account that just is able to, so I could play the stream as the observer. Then, of course, it's got me, and then it's got Iger, Exior, Kevin, Brian, and Paul. And each one of you has a color associated with your player. Now, typically when you log in, it usually gives a little pop-up that shows you the color. You can click on that and change it to any color you want. So if you have a preferred color, you can set that. I think saves it until the server stops, and then when it restarts, it'll pick a new color, and then you'll have to reset it again. But don't quote me on that. But anyway, so you can change your color like if you want to, but I think you can only do it when you first come in. So you can always request to trade a color, right? So you could say, hey, I like Iger's color better than mine, so let's request a trade and see if they'll trade colors with you. I don't know why they do that. They just do. So that's that. In the upper left-hand corner, you can see there are some token controls. The first one on the left looks like a little person icon. And then if you click that, it then allows you to see there are 3 icons to the right of it. So click that token control. That then opens up a select, a target, and a measure. So the measure is exactly that. If you click on the measure token and you click on your own token and try to move it, it won't move it, but it will tell you how far something is when you drag it. So if you click on the token that I put for it has the D&D symbol right there by Diamond Lake, because that's where the party is. If you were to click on and click the measure distance ruler, click on that token and just kind of drag distance, it'll show you how far that is on the map at the time based on the settings for that map. So the same thing can be done in a battle map. You want to know how far it is from a creature, you just go over there, click on that, measure the distance, and you don't even have to click on a token. You can just click on the map anywhere and start dragging. That'll tell you how far something is from you should you want to do some kind of an action. The upside for that is I like that you can do measurements. Downside is you have to remember to go back and click the top token, which is select tokens, the little square box, because then next time what's going to happen is you're going to try to move your token and all you're going to get is, oh, I'm trying to move this token, but I can't because it's just drawing a ruler. So you always have to remember to go back and click the top one. That allows you to select your token or whatever to do whatever you need to do. The one underneath that is journal notes. Really, you guys don't have to worry about that too much. If I were to have journal notes on this map, like some dungeons or whatever, you'll have little tokens put on the map, and then players can click on it, and it'll open it up, and it'll show details about that particular thing, whatever that thing may be. Could be about a location, could be something you found, whatever, right? Just little things that the DM can drop on maps that you can open and close. I'm not going to worry too much about that. I don't think in the 4 years I've ever really used that. The biggest thing that we use journals for, and we'll talk about that on the other side of the tokens, the biggest thing we do to that is we keep track of our own stuff. Like I know Deglin and Varys in our last game, they were fairly responsible about keeping track of all the treasure we got, and we actually had a journal created so that they could do it here and everybody could go in and look at the treasure, and we said, hey, it was this date that we got this, so if we ever had questions we can go back and say, oh yeah, that magic item that we got, because everybody knows that when you're playing D&D over time, sometimes you forget a lot of stuff, so we try as best we can to put things down in journal notes. So that's the left-hand side. Again, not really that big of a deal. I don't think you'll use that a whole lot, except maybe the measuring. You might. But what I do want to talk about is over on the right-hand side. If you look on the right-hand side, I, as a DM, have a lot more like visibility on things. I'm not sure all of the tokens that you guys can see. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and go through all the ones that I have on my player view so that you guys know what those are. So first of all, at the very bottom of the list, there's a little like expand arrow. If you click on that, it'll expand everything out. What I do like is they expand it out. I don't know that I like the transparent thingy here. So you could see where Exior typed in there, hey, is this voice chat here? Can y'all hear me? Yada, yada. It used to be that this was all enclosed and it had a pale background and you could see it was a chat list. This one, they just show up as little cards underneath each other. And it's just, to me, I don't know if I like the design. It's okay, but it is what it is. But that's where you will see, we don't do voice chat in the VTT, although it is capable. As an emergency, I would turn it on. Like if Discord was still completely sideways, I would turn the voice on in here. But as of right now, we don't ever do the voice here. We do the text chat a lot. So the first one, when you click on it, is the chat. As I said, at the very bottom, you can see that there is the black chat box. You can enter your message. Just above the chat box, you can see also there are some icons. There's a global, which means public. There's a ghost-like one, or a, I don't know, dude in a trench coat. That's private to the GM. The blocked out one, I think, or the eyeball one is, I think, it just, I don't even know if the GM sees it. I've never even used it. And then the last one is a self roll. And that's, again, that's just if you want to roll something to yourself. We don't ever do any rolls except public rolls. So you should just make sure you click on that little public ball, that global ball, and never get off it. I think Paul a couple times had issues last few sessions that we had, where somehow his dice rolls would show up as question marks to us. He would see it, but they show up to us as question marks. And that's because somehow, some way, he got onto a private roll. And he would change it, and for some reason it would go back. So I think he was BSing us, but it is what it is. Anybody got any questions yet so far on what we're going through? Cool. Now the second one is the encounter. So if I were to set up an encounter, you would see a list of everybody in here. So let's just say I were to go and I dropped, oops, why did it not drop him? Come on, little puppy. Okay, I'm going to do hub. Will hub you there? All right, so I dropped. This is kind of bizarre. This is like really weird. It's not, I dropped our barbarian on there. Well, I could just use him. So I just put him in an encounter. And oh, it's not letting me do it. Why not? Come on now.
Not gonna let you do me dirty like that.
It's not going to let me put you in combat. Well, how about that?
I must see combat.
Yep. So I'm going to come back to that as I refresh my DM's view. Stupid Forge. But anyway, if we do an encounter, you'll see the list of encounter entities there. So whoever I add to it. Underneath that is a list of actors. Actors are obviously monsters or players, and you should be able to see a list of all of the players there, I think.
Only got myself an unknown actor in it.
It has you and an unknown actor. Okay, that's yep. So yeah, so essentially that's good though. Essentially, the initial setup that I have is nobody has access to any other player, right. Not even to see. I could probably change that to observer, which would allow you guys to see the tokens, and it would allow you to open their character sheet, but you wouldn't be able to do anything with it. So, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let me see if I can get this fixed now when we talk about see if I can drop a wolf now. There we go. So now I'm going to put him and put the wolf in a. So now you can see that if you go to the encounter, which is the cross swords, you can see who is in the encounter. And once the dice is rolled and all the initiative is done, the game will sort them to say who's in what order. And if I, oops, God damn it. If I click begin encounter, it'll roll the initiative dice automatically for the NPCs, and then the players have to roll initiatives themselves. And so lowest initiative goes first, obviously first one in the first segment. And so you can see it'll actually show you whose turn it is by the little dice spinning in the background. And then when it's the next person's, it'll move to whoever's turn it is after that. And then I can end the encounter, good to go, and then I'll get rid of these guys. So that's kind of what the encounter tab looks like. I don't know how much players used it back in the day, but it don't have to worry about it too much. Saw the actors. Items, you guys don't see anything on there. So this is the first kind of house rule that I want to make sure. If there is ever an item that you need to add to your character, technically you can go in and add new items. It will create has a generic picture. You can name it whatever you want and do whatever you want. However, 8 out of 10 times the item that you want or need is in the list of items that I have available to drop onto your character sheet. So just get with me or remind me, or we put it on a list at the end of every stream. If it needs to be added to a sheet, I will do so. That way you guys don't have to go in there, because a lot of the stuff, it has all the mechanics already built in. Magic weapons have their additional bonuses. They have the light that they give off is automatically put in there. If you have magic armor that does special stuff, it has it already built into the item rather than you have to do that. So yeah, so if you guys have to put an item or anything together or on your character, just let me know. Journals, we already talked about that. I've got player journals already set up, and I got one set up for the party. If you click on it and pop it open, you can see it has a party page. No pages in it. I'm leaving that up to however you guys want to do it. You do have the ability to create your own journal. Should have. If you don't, let me know. I'll make sure you get permissions. But you should be able to create your own journal. If you want to keep notes on something, instead of having to write them down on a piece of paper, you can just keep them right into VTT, and they'll be there for whenever you want. Like I said, we had a party treasure one that we had last game. And I thought that I had one. Yeah, so I don't have one for the party, but there's one there for Mulgar and one there for Wumpus. But we'll just change that to Biamba. So, but anyway, yeah, so you guys can create your own journals if you want. And like I said, keep notes, whatever you want. You know, create picture pages, you do text notes, whatever you want to do.
How do we create a new journal for ourselves?
So if you go, I think all you should have to do, looks like I don't have one here. I don't think I have the ability, because I don't think my character, but if you don't have the ability, then I will make sure you guys get it. But right there, if you just click on player journals, you should, I thought there was, if you just, does it have, how does it, oh yeah, so it doesn't show it. Usually if you click on like the folder where it says play, you can click on the word players journals. Off on the right hand side, it usually has like a little thing that says you can add a page or you can add another folder. So if you want to create a subfolder like player journals, subfolder party, and then there's an individual page for each party member. Looks like you guys, I didn't put the rights at your level, so I'll make sure I correct that tonight. But I can't show you on the stream because I don't have the rights here. But like I said, off on the right hand side, when you click on it, there's usually a little pair of icons, one to create a subfolder, one to create a page. And I will make sure that you guys get the permissions to do that. I don't know why. I thought I had it's like a default setting, but maybe not. All right. Roll tables, don't worry about that. We don't really use them. Card stacks, there's a little thing that looks like two cards together. Never use those. Macros, I will say, I don't think that you guys have the ability to create macros as players. But a lot of people, what they do, and we'll get to this when I get to the bottom icons at the bottom of the page. There are macros that you can set up to do things, or like if you have a favorite weapon that you have, you can drag it into one of the little slots at the bottom. You get like 10 slots at the bottom that you can see. If you mouse around down at the bottom, you'll see there's like 1 through 10, and you can like open up and do a search for a macro. Let's say you have bow and arrow or something, right? You just drag that macro down, or sneak attack damage. You just roll down there and just drag it, and you can just click it from there, right? A lot of people use macros. I don't, but a lot of my players in my 5th edition game do. Well, at least I know Nilo does. So you're able to do that, but you need to be a little more tech savvy for that. So us old people probably aren't really going to be into it. The playlist, you guys, you can see where it shows some of the music. You're not allowed to play any. Typically I play the music and stuff. So if I want some kind of a background, you guys do not have to hear it. If you find the background noise or background music to you being annoying, at the very top you can see it's got music environment interface. You can just drag all those down and minimize them to 0, and you won't hear it, right? I'll still hear it. Anybody else that wants to hear it will still hear it. The stream will still hear it. But yeah, if you don't want to hear it, I like it because it just kind of keeps things like the emotional thing, or if a combat's going on, that sort of that high energy music and stuff. I like that. So compendiums, these are the things that I talked about where you can see there's where the items are. So if you click on like Ostrich items PC, it comes up with races, classes, abilities, equipment. Like you can click on that and you can actually drag that into your character sheet. I don't know if you guys have permissions to do so. It'll show it to you, but I don't know if you can drop it into your sheet. But if you can, great, because that'll save me. But like I said, if ever you need to have an item added to your sheet, let me know and I'll make sure that it gets added, because I just don't want to make sure that we keep track of everything. Now, here's the big one, game settings. If you click on the little gear wheels, opens up game settings, you can see the very first one is configure settings. So if you open that up, if you click on that, it'll open up a game settings window. And for those watching on a stream, you should be able to see. You can see all the modules that are sort of set up here. And anything that players have permissions to, you guys can kind of configure yourself. So in the core, if you look at the combat tracker, for me, I don't have a background theme set on mine. Like they have one that's like fight commentator. So as soon as it's your turn, it'll be go ding, 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 it's up to you, or whatever the guy says, right? So I don't do that for me, but you can have it set on your personal settings that you can have that sort of thing going on if you want. That's the only thing you can do on the combat tracker as a player. Configure dice is a big one. I recommend that you don't worry about the dice in the core system, because we have a module called Dice So Nice, and it's really slick that you can create dice that you want. The ARS is the roll system that we use. You can, I have it turned off for me, the HUD. What a HUD is if it basically, when you click on your character token, it'll suddenly pop up a little side window that has all of your players' abilities in a little HUD. Literally, that's what it is for those that play video games. And it'll have, like all your spells, it'll have all your attacks, it'll have anything that you need. I don't really use a HUD a lot of times. I just think it gets in the way. But if you want to experiment with it, you can. You just have to, I would just click the auto close and the enable, and that's about it. And that's all I have to say about the HUD. Dice So Nice is Really cool. So you can go in here and you click on it and you can pick your color of the dice that you want. They have presets you can use. So I go down and I will do something like Foundry VTT. I want to do a custom earth sort of a theme. I can do different textures. Like I want to do a tiger texture. I can do what material I want. I want them to be metal dice. The font, I can do whatever I want. And then if you watch the VTT, I'll do a test roll. And you can see that's what the dice would look like when they roll. And you can go in and play with that all you want until you find the dice that are your dice. And you're good to go. The other thing you can do is like special effects. And if you need help with this, that you probably will. But like for me, when I hit a nat 1, it goes wah, 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 wah. Or if I hit a nat 20, it's like confetti spraying out everywhere. It goes ta-da! So you can have these sort of special effects kind of added to your dice rolls depending upon what roll that you get. Again, it's all aesthetics. If you don't care, it doesn't matter. The dice tray, that's one thing I want to point out. If you look at the bottom where the message is, you can see that underneath that there are several dice. That's if you need to manually roll something. Most of the time when you do dice rolls like combat attacks, and we're going to do that in a little bit, you do dice rolls right off your character sheet. You just click on the item and it'll roll the dice and it'll add all the modifiers and everything that you need for that item when you do the roll. However, there are times when something's not working right or we're having an issue, or I just tell you, hey, roll me a d20, and you can just go down here. If you click on it once, it'll do 1. If you keep clicking it, it'll keep adding. And if you right click it, it'll subtract. So if I want to roll a d20, I could do that, and I can just boop, and it'll roll the dice for me, right? So that's all of the stuff that I want to worry about as far as the configure settings. You're more than welcome to look at some of the other ones. Pop out is another good one that people like. If you notice, if you have 2 screens, if you open up, like I got the game settings here opened up in the window, I can't take it off of this monitor. It's stuck inside the box of Foundry. However, in the upper right hand corner, there's a little pop out arrow. I can click that and it'll open it into its own window, and then I can drag it to another screen. A lot of our players like to do that is because they'll have the VTT in front of them. They'll have their character sheet popped out on the other screen or off to the side or whatever. And it's always there available for them, so they can just click on it and it'll do whatever you need. So the pop out's another one. But if you don't like pop out, you can just disable it on your view. Totally okay. All it does is hides a little button so you can't pop out. Cool. I know it's a lot of dry crap, but anybody got any questions about any of where anything is on the left-hand side as far as the tabs go? Anybody?
No.
Sweet.
Well, I'm fine. My computer freezes up, so there may be some chance I may screw something up.
Hey, you know what? Oh, dude, man, it's all good, dude. No worries at all. We'll tell you the same thing that we told Daftfully last game. Get a new fucking computer. Just kidding. Everybody has challenges, dude. Everybody. I mean, I have a pretty nice rig, and I get gigabit internet, and I still shit just goes sideways. Can't help it. So we are all in this together. All right, cool. So if there are no other questions on that, what else do we want to talk about? What's next, Sean? How about you look at your list? So we talked about the left and right tokens. Let's talk about the character sheets now. Hopefully I can open one of these, but I would request that you guys open up your individual character sheets that you can see them. and we will talk about everything on the sheets. Pretty standard first edition character sheet. First off, I want to make sure that you guys. Oh, that's kind of interesting. How did that happen to Renoir? He doesn't have. Oh, because he never got leveled up. He never got leveled up to level 1. That's why. Okay. Yeah, it rolled, but go ahead. And I'm glad that we did this. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up Renoir. So Scott, if you look, it has you as cleric 1 now. It's kind of funny. It told me I couldn't do it, but then it did it anyway. So you should have 4 hit points or 9 hit points. Yeah, I don't know why it rolled 4. It's weird. Why did it show it when I clicked your character?
I got 6.
Yeah, 9 is what I had before
Yeah.
we started the session.
Yep, that's what it should be, and that's what it's showing to me now. So first, we'll go through these one at a time. And I'm just, it's weird. Oh, because it's the players. The other player I can't see some of your stuff like class and race. That's fine. All right. So as you look at your character sheet, first of all, make sure your stats are correct in the right order, because I did manually enter them, and obviously I could have dicked something up. So make sure you check that. Your class, your alignment, and your size should all be filled out. It should have whatever your class is with a 1. Your race should be there. Backgrounds, we don't have any, right? So we don't really have any backgrounds to add, so the background should just be blank. Your hit points, everybody should have their maximum hit points, which means whatever the maximum you can have at first level, whatever the dice max is, plus your constitution bonus, whatever that constitution bonus is, and you should have whatever that hit points is. So in this case, Renoir has a con bonus of 1. His max is 8 at first level, therefore he should have 9 hit points.
Hey, Sean, would I get the Constitution bonus for both hit dice since I'm a ranger and I get 2d8s?
No, it's the con bonus is you roll the dice, then add the hit point bonus.
Okay, because I was thinking it to be to each die, but since you do a 2 at first level, you only get 1 con bonus then.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Correct. Yep. So, all right, cool. And then I don't obviously expect you to know if your saves are correct, but those should be because they're auto-generated. Most of you should be able to adjust your ability scores, I think, as players. Don't quote me, maybe not. But if you do, please don't. But some of you may find that you can't because you have what's known as an active effect. So if you're like the barbarian, they get, or an elf or a halfling, they get racial bonuses or ability score bonuses based on their class. The system automatically overrides whatever it is. So it takes whatever you entered, applies the bonuses, and then you can't change it, right? The only way to change it is to go turn off the effect, and I'll do that for you. So, any questions on like the first page?
No.
You should see.
It did allow me to change. I changed it back, so.
Yeah. So, but the ones that you can change, can't change, are like your strength, and it's one of those ones, or a barbarian gets a bonus on. But
Up top, it's got armor class, hit points, move, and then attack matrix. That's just your bonus to hit.
As far as what attack matrix?
Yeah, it says armor class, hit points, move, and then right beside it, it's got the 2 swords and a shield.
Yep.
And it says attack matrix. Is that just what your bonus to hit is with all your stuff added together?
Yeah, I don't
With a
even.
melee weapon?
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't think I've actually seen anybody have anything in that slot.
Okay.
So I don't even know what the attack matrix is supposed to be for. But I can find out, because and you guys also have access to the game system that we're using. It's known as Advanced Roleplay System. It's essentially very, very close to 1E. It's Osric, but it's close to 1E, so that's what we use. So all the attack die and bonuses and all that stuff are very, 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 very close. One thing that you may notice is that if you are loaded down in any way, you'll see your movement is reduced. And if you mouse over it, like I'm mousing over hub, it says movement's at 66% because his encumbrance level is moderate, right? And so we include coin weight and all that other good stuff. So when you're buying your gear, you got to remember, or you're picking stuff up, you got to remember you have to be able to carry it. And we do kind of track that. If you try to put too much in your backpack, if you put stuff in your backpack that weighs a total of more than 30 pounds, it'll tell you, hey, it won't fit in the backpack. Backpack's too full. So
luckily, Renoir is broke.
So everything in there is auto checked, right? So if we need to fix things, again, just let me know and I'll work it. I want you guys to have. I don't want you guys to have to worry too much about some of the mechanics. Your character sheet's going to be enough to handle, but all the ins and outs of like the game mechanics and things like that, let me kind of handle that for you guys, and we'll just work together to get it fixed. So that's the first sheet. If you click the next one, is the combat. This one is the big one. This is where all your abilities are and all your attack stuff is. So if you look, you can collapse them all. There's a little arrow on the left-hand column, like next to weapons, there's a little arrow that points down. I click that and it'll collapse it. Actions is another one. I click that, it collapses it. Skills, I can collapse it, and then you don't have a little page there. So you can have exposed, and it'll remember it too, I think. So you can have exposed whatever you want. But this basically has the things that you can or cannot do, or things you can do, I mean. Like humans and stuff, and everybody really has the brawl, grapple, and overbear is kind of in there. The only thing that I have to do on some of y'all, yeah, so it's looks like, yeah, they're already in there. It's just, I hate the player view because it's not the DM view, and I'm like, wait a minute, I gave them that already. But anyway, this is where when you're in combat and stuff, even your spells. I thought, I don't know why it doesn't have your spells on there. I thought it did. It used to have it on there.
There's a spell tab, the next tab.
Yeah, I knew that. But a lot of times on the other game, I thought, Deglin, didn't it have, Biamba, didn't it have your spells and stuff like that on here too?
It had a drop-down list that you could add in.
Yeah, I thought it did.
On the other tab, it has like 3 slots, and I filled them in.
Yeah.
Wounds.
Yeah, totally understand that. But what I'm saying is, instead of having to go back and forth between the two, you could just leave it on combat, and it would have had it would have had your spells right there. But that's fine.
Yeah, you could cast it from either there or from the actual spells tab.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is his spells don't show up on this page anymore.
They may have changed it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering, and that's fine. Again, who cares?
Anything.
No,
not you, the developer.
Developers that wrote this. Yeah, no. All right, cool. So anyway, so yeah, we need to get rid of that. He doesn't have skill. All right, so the next one is spells. If you have spells, it breaks them down in a level, and then you can see off to the right-hand side, you can view it, see all the individual details about it. You can also, the middle one is an eraser, so you can remove it from the slot. And the other one is if you cast a spell and then something happens mechanically and we say, oh crap, you lost the spell slot, I will go in here and toggle it for you, or I'll just tell you to toggle it. You can click that little recycling thing and it'll set it back to active. So if you cast a spell and you're like, oops, didn't mean to do that, you just hit that and it'll reset the spell slot. So if I go and I cast and I do the heal, boom, and he healed 5 hit points to whomever got it. If you look now, it's grayed out on the character sheet for Renoir. you can see it graded out as that first one. I can just go in here and I can recycle it, and now it's active again, and now you get that slot back. And usually that happens if you inadvertently cast it, or you cast it and then we decide, oh crap, he couldn't do that. I'm usually pro player, and I'll go back and I'll recycle that for you. So effects is literally just what it says. These are the different effects that are currently affecting your character. You can see he has a base movement of 120. He's got normal human vision. His armor ceiling based on the scale mail is set, whatever that is. And then moderate encumbrance is reducing him a little more, and doesn't look like it's affecting your speed any, because your speed is fully at 60, which is what the scale mail is for armor. The gear is exactly that. One thing that I found interesting, and I'm going to have to add to everybody that has a water skin, there's actually a water item in the in the items thing. You drop water and then you onto your character, and then you drag it into the water skin, and you can put up to 3 in there. So then, whenever you actually drink, it'll reduce 1 every day, right? So it'll actually help keep track of your food and water and stuff like that. I can honestly say this did not come into play a lot in the last game, but it's just something to make it a little more realistically fun if you guys want to do that, to track your food and water as you're out there hunting and foraging and stuff like that, and the Ranger out there finding water. You can refill your water skins, et cetera, or you can buy them, refill it at a store or something like that. But anyway, so I'll let you worry about your gear. You see that I added the gold coin, silver coin, copper, and platinum. If you click on the little box to the right, it'll open up a window to let you put the quantity in. Again, we do track coin weight. And if you look at the top of your sheet, in the middle, there's a little slot for coins, for copper, silver, electro gold. Those are tied to the items on the list. So if you could see that Renoir has 16 silver, and he's also got, it shows 16 silver at the top of his sheet here, just under the header. He's got 16 silver there. So
how do you get it? How do you get it to do that? Because mine doesn't.
So if you have gold, silver, copper, you should have it on your sheet.
Oh, wait a minute. It's not carried. That's why.
What's that?
I had taken it off for carried because I was working on the weights.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. So once you have it as carried or whatever the case may be, it'll show up in your coins sublet. And then you can see where you take your daily rest. When you click on camp, it'll open up a window for you. It'll say perform a long rest, and you do yes. And then it'll say, hey, take off food and water, and then you say yes, and then it'll get rid of it for you. But not going to worry about that right now. Some things to be aware of: if you have a backpack, that backpack can have gear in it. And as you can see, if you click on Renoir's backpack, it expands open, and it has torches, rope, flint and steel, and 3 days rations. Now, I only gave you 3 days, Renoir, because the days that you gave me, it would not fit in the backpack, because it's already carrying, with the rope, torches, flint and steel, and the rations you have, it has 26 pounds of gear in it. The maximum for a backpack is 30 pounds. So I tried to limit that. So if I even tried to add another day rations, each ration 6 pounds, it'd put me over by 2 pounds. So I went ahead and just left it like that. But you guys can adjust how you want as far as moving your gear around, right? So most of the stuff is out, like the belt's out, the cloak's out, boots, but anything you wanted to put in a pouch you could do, anything that you want to put in a backpack you can do. Magic users have a spell book. I dropped all the spells in the spell book, so when you expand the spell book, it'll show you all your spells. Kind of the same thing.
Mine says blank. I don't know how to do that.
Your I thought that I added them to your sheet, Modred. So if I go to spells, oops, not spells, go to gear. Spell book.
It's in my backpack.
Oh, that's right. Okay, we open backpack. In the spell book, I see it has read magic, sleep, shield, find familiar, charm person, magic missile, light, and protection from evil.
Okay, I don't know how to look at that, I guess.
So if you look at, if you just click on the spell book, the little spell book picture,
Uh-huh.
click on that, it should expand it open.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Mine says spell book, then in parentheses it says blank.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not. I don't know why. I don't know. It shows carry. Let me see. What is this one? Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, it says blank for me too, but when I click on the picture, it expands it and it shows the spells, and I don't know. I think, yeah. To be honest, I don't know. So it's all I really have to worry about is that your spells are in the spell book, and then it makes it available for you to, when you go to your spells, it shows up in your spell list for you to memorize for the day.
Right.
So if you click on the backpack and then you click on the spell book, it should.
Okay, when I do it, the window comes open, it says spell book, then it's got description, attribute, actions, effects, and contact, but none of the max capacity says 0 and all that. I don't.
Or which page you on? Which tab you on? You on the spell tab, or you on the or are you on the gear
Uh,
tab?
I clicked on the spell book like you said, and another window opened up, and I see the word spell book,
Oh, I see
and
what you're
then
saying. Yeah, that's why. No,
but I don't see the spell.
Yeah, okay. So don't click on the words on the left hand side. There's a little picture of a spell book.
Huh?
Click on that, and it should, instead of opening up a window, it should just expand the spell book and show you all the spells.
When I hover over it, the spell it says spell book and then blank, no
Yep.
spells.
Right. I'm just saying, if you click it, because I just did it. I'm just literally.
Oh, there they go. I'm sorry. There they go.
Yeah, you gotta. Now I don't know why, but your spell book. If I don't think your spell book can go. Well, it can if you want. I took it. I don't know if you did it or I did it, but it's outside your backpack now. If you
Yeah, I
want it.
put it out there so I could try to see what
Oh, I
was
got
going
you.
on.
Okay, right on. Right on. There you go. So you do what you need to do. So yeah. So if you just click on that, that'll show you what the spells are. And then if you click on the individual spell like that, it'll pop it open and it'll show you the details of the spell.
Okay.
So if you need to look at, oh, I forgot what this spell does or something like that, and you get an opportunity to. Cool. All right.
Cool.
So that is the gear. So anything that can carry stuff that has, like, in parentheses, carry 0 pounds or something like that, that means you can drag something and drop it into it. So if you want to you find something, you want to put it in you find a gem, you want to put it in a pouch, you can drag that gem into the pouch. I will not manage your guys' character sheet. That's totally on you guys. However you want to put your stuff, the more you work with it, the more you'll get used to it, and you'll find your own way. Skills, that's very much in line with like what our thief does. But everybody else has skills as well. If you go on to the skills tab, you can see there are actual proficiencies that you may have been assigned, like dagger, or dagger melee. You don't have to worry about any of the proficiencies. Just know that you got them. abilities, languages that you may have, your base movement, your vision. If you have racial abilities, infravision, stuff like that, you can have all that in there. And then the last ones at the bottom are kind of the typical ones, search for secret door, whatever. A lot of times I just tell you guys, hey, do a search for secret door. Most guys will just manually roll a d6 off the chat page. Some guys may come here though, search for secret door. Just come into the skills, go at the bottom, mouse over, search for secret door, click on the skill, apply, and it'll roll. And you can see that it failed. Needed a 1, rolled a 4, right? Or if you're a thief, it'll give you, hey, you needed a 2, but you got a 4. So you could do it off that. And the reason that I say a lot of the stuff is good if you click it off the character sheet, because it'll tell you if you passed or failed. Like right there, it said, hey, you needed to roll a 1, but you rolled a 4. So is what it is. Yep. So Hub, if you wanna play around with that a little bit to see for some of your skills, there you go. Oof. And it says, yep, he rolled a 4. He needed a 45, and he successfully rolled successful hide and shadow. So, like I said, a lot of times, if we're having issues with character sheets or we're having issues with the game system itself, that's why I want you to learn how to do manual rolls as well. Because a lot of times I'll just say, dude, just manually roll it and we'll figure it out. Because I get flustered sometimes with the game system when it locks up or gives issues. But technology is a great thing, but sometimes it's a little pain in the ass.
Do you want me to wait till the game actually starts to cast Find Familiar, or can I have already cast it?
I will say that we will do that during downtime between this week and next. So it will, before the game starts next week, you can have your familiar. Okay.
Okay.
Or maybe at the end of tonight, you can roll for your familiar and see what you get. Cool. The other one that's for you guys that's a little interesting is the details tab. The details tab allows you to level up, level down. That's the only thing that you should ever have to worry about. The only other one is the experience earned and unapplied. It's like right in the middle of the page. It says total earned, unapplied. That's where at the end of a session, if I award experience points, you could then come in here and click applied. But unlike last game, this is not really going to come into play. If for those that didn't know, the Age of Worms was originally 3rd edition. Like I said, I've scaled everything back into a 1st edition adventure. However, the issue becomes then the advancement, because the first couple pieces of the adventure are for like 1st to 3rd level, and then the next few are like 5th and whatever. So it is going to be pretty much impossible to do experience via 1st edition and still have you guys at the levels you need to be when you get to the next. So essentially what I'm saying is against everything 1st edition has ever known, this is going to be more of a milestone kind of advancement. And so you guys should not really have to worry about applying experience. However, you will be able to come in here and just click the old level up button. And so you click the level up button and it'll say, you sure? And you do it. It'll roll your hit points for you. It keeps track of your hit points for you. In fact, if you look in the middle of your character sheet on this tab, you'll see right in the middle it says class. And you'll see active yes, name magic user, earned /next. You'll see 0 experience, earned, next is like whatever your experience is. says level up, remove level. That's my favorite. Love vampires. But then there's a little edit item on the right hand. I don't know if you guys have access to it, but when you click it, it'll open up and it actually shows you the underlying stuff that it uses for your character, like the magic user attack versus armor class. It also shows how many hit points you got every level. So when it rolls, it'll keep track. So when you're like 10th level, you can look at that and say, oh, I rolled a 4, a 2, a 1, a 3, or whatever, right? So yeah, it's just an interesting kind of a note. And it's really good because you know as well as I do, when you lose a level, you always forget, oh, I don't know how many hit points I rolled those last 2 levels when the vampire hit me. So now you know.
So it won't, if I click remove level, it won't remove the hit points I rolled for that level?
Oh, it will.
Okay.
Yeah, if you do remove level, yeah, it'll definitely. But yeah, and that's what I was saying is you guys don't really have to worry about this page too much. But it is a good place to kind of come and look and see if you forget how many hit points you rolled and all that stuff. But it definitely comes into play if we're doing normal first edition where you get experience for killing monsters and getting gold and all the other stuff, right? Because I would say, hey, I'm giving everybody 5,000 experience for this session. And then you come in here and you click, oh, apply experience. And then it'll add your experience. And then when you get to enough experience for your class to level, you just click level up and it'll do all its magic under the hood for you. But for this game, I don't think you're going to have to worry too much about it because, like I said, it's going to be more of a milestone kind of advancement just because of how the Age of Worms goes. I will tell you that should everything go successfully, everybody should be 20th level by the end of the game. So, just so you are aware. Cool.
20th level, wow.
Well, give or take. For you, Declan, maybe 18th.
Ah, true.
Because I know there's a vampire in there somewhere.
Hell, who's going to bite who's first?
Yep, exactly. I'll bite the vampire first. All right, cool. So that is any questions on the character sheet? The description is as what it is. And by the way, if you have not filled out your character sheet description page, please do so. I did post everybody's background in their character sheet, so you can kind of read through it to make sure it is as you think it should be. But I would appreciate if you'd put like at least your height and weight. Those are obviously the sex. Everybody's male, I think. I don't think we have any female characters that are playing. Age, stuff like that, right? Don't necessarily care about deity unless you're a cleric or you want to put a deity or a patron in there. That's totally fine. But at least height and weight is definitely a good one because you know as well as I do, certain things say, hey, if you weigh a certain amount, you're going to trigger this trap. Cool. All right. Any questions about the character sheet? And there is a couple of things that I'm going to cover on the character sheet with regards to items and weapons and stuff like that and spells. But that's going to be when we come back from break. Go ahead and take a break now. And then when we come back, we'll cover combat. And we're going to actually engage in a training scenario of combat with all of you, fighting some critters. Hopefully you'll find it at least entertaining enough to make tonight's session worthwhile. As I said, tonight's a really technical kind of a session. I appreciate all the people that are out there bored out of their minds. Yeah, Monkey, pretty easy system. Never had problems with it. Liar! Liar! Yeah, it's not too bad. But yeah, for those that follow, you know that typically about 9:30ish or so we take a 15-minute break. So we're a little bit early, but I definitely need to go clear my nostrils out a little bit, get something more to drink. But we're gonna move over to our break period. Hopefully you guys will be with us when we get back. As I said, players will give you 15 minutes to go monkey around and play and have some fun. And I hope you guys will be back with us. And why Monkey's music isn't playing? Why is that? It's because I don't have it playing. I'm an idiot. I don't know how I went in there and I clicked stop, but we're going to play. Hey, we're going to kick back to the smooth, silky sounds of our very own monkey. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back in about 15 minutes.
what's the rule for when you shoot arrows, and is it 50% are reusable?
Whatever I decide.
True. That,
Yeah. Yeah, usually it's 50% is what I go by.
cool. I did make him a Boyer Fletcher, so if he has to, I don't know how long it takes to make arrows though.
Like a month.
It's a whole month.
Yep. He's a barbarian. He's stupid.
He's actually not. He's more wise than he is stupid.
Where's the intellect of Aura when you need him?
That's right.
Fuck
He's
part
gonna
of
be
his
this
brain
guy is more like Kubla Khan, you know.
out. Yeah.
Like high on drugs? Oh wait, that was the poet.
Gotta be trying to think of different. I've been watching rewatched the entire series of Marco Polo. That's where I got the name Biamba. Yeah. Oh, he is. Okay, we're barely hearing you. You're coming in, or at least I am, barely in the background.
Yeah, if you're not,
Yeah, I
I'm
can
sorry.
barely hear
I had my mic pointed straight up because I was eating.
I was going to say, yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. It's just like, oh, Chick, you're talking in the background. Like I thought you was talking to somebody else.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
then I
Marco
saw.
Polo, man, it was cool.
Yeah, it was a good show. It would have
Then
been
there's
better.
another show on there called, I think it's called Curse. It's a kind of a retelling of the Arthean legend. It's pretty cool too.
Well, I was trying to look.
But there's only one season of that.
Let's get back to this.
Mhm.
Here we go. And we be back. Hello, everybody. Appreciate you sticking with us through having to listening to all of Monkey's music. I know that over a period of time my eyes begin to bleed, but that's okay. He does good stuff. Good stuff. And he actually put that little list of tracks together just for our games and stuff. So Monkey is rocking it. So
And you only hear that on the Twitch server.
yeah, you won't hear it over Discord. It's just being streamed over, right? So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Like you could hear the music that we play on the VTT because you're on the VTT, but the music for the break is played off of, SoundCloud, which is essentially a plug-in onto my stream service here, OBS Studio. And so I hear it, but I know you guys won't unless you're out on the stream. If you're on the stream, you'll hear it and stuff. But and I encourage you guys, once you get comfortable and you feel comfortable enough to have the stream open while you're playing and two separate browser windows or whatever. It's kind of cool because when we're get a little dead time or something like that, it's always cool to chit chat with the folks that are out there. Like Agora and Excel, they've been around essentially for the 4 years that we've been streaming. I think Agora was the first VIP I ever created. So yeah. Anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out with us. So what we're going to talk about next is combat. So hope y'all got your big boy pants on. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to go step by step through how combat's going to work. For Biamba and Mulgar, it's going to be a little different from you guys because it's not going to be group initiative. It's going to be individual initiative, and it's a D10 vice a D6. And there's a couple other little nuances that I want to cover when we talk about combat. So just like most first edition is, I will say that last game we never really dealt much with surprise but we can definitely do that here. It's going to take me a little bit to kind of get back into the swing of how surprise works in first edition. Definitely appreciate the sort of the refresh page that got posted in the Discord. It's pretty nice. We should pin that to the top as well. But anyway, we're going to kind of go through. I'm not going to do surprise today because it's going to take me a little bit to get on the roll. I know it's not that much, but regardless, I think, it's the way we have it set up now. I think it's going to be easy to do surprise, because when you do surprise, it's just going to be the dice difference, right? And that's how many segments get added to your particular character. So if they roll a 1 and you roll a 10, I just take 9 segments and add it to your initiative, if you will. So if you got a 6 on initiative, I add 9. Now it's like 15. So you're like initiative 5 in the next turn. So anyway, let's talk about this and we'll go. So combat, how I've always done it is, and I don't plan to change too much, is I will ask you your actions. You tell me what you're going to do. And then we do the initiative, and then everybody executes their actions, right? It used to be spell casters went first all the time and stuff, and I think in the original first edition or something they had where like ranged weapons could go first or last or something like that. But anyway, I'm just going to go straight with initiative, so we don't have to worry about, especially now that we're doing individual initiative, we don't have to worry about moving the pointer of combat ahead, because the list has the magic user 5th when he should be going first. So now I got to move the pointer up to him to say it's his turn and move it back to the next. I don't want to deal with all that. So we're just going to roll D10 initiative. It's already set to do D10. The game system can allow us to factor in weapon speed. The problem is the game system has 3 different versions. It's Osric, it's version 1, it's version 2. I think it's supposed to be it's essentially what they're saying is Osric, first edition, second edition. Don't know for sure, but I don't want to do the whole version 2. I like the Osric rules. So if we do want to include weapon speed in our combat, what we'll have to do is go in and modify our weapons. There's already a speed factor, but in this Osric version of the game, it doesn't take speed factor into account. However, there is a modifier, a speed modifier that's empty next to that on your character sheet. If you look on a weapon, we can put the same speed factor in there, and then whenever you roll your dice, it'll include it automatically. So just by going in and tweaking the weapons that you have on your character sheet to put the speed factor in both places, whenever you roll initiative dice, the game will automatically include your speed factor. And so if you have a speed factor of 6, that means if you roll a 1 on your initiative, your actual initiative is 7, right? So that's how it'll work. And I think we discussed that we do want to do that because it also already takes into account casting time. So when you roll initiative, and I'll show you, it's pretty cool. When you roll initiative by saying, I'm going to cast a spell, it'll automatically roll your initiative and add in the spell casting time so that it'll put you in the right spot for whatever the initiative is. And we're going to do that right now as we try to get ourselves into a little bit of combat, just because we want to kind of play with this and kind of see, excuse me, so you guys can get an idea what it's like. So I am going to move us to the training ground. Why is my lights not working? Give me just a second. That's the one I wanted. Alright, I'm going to put some lights in here because for some reason let's make this a nice pale color. Alright, can you guys see? Because it did the character or the map didn't show up for me on the.
No, I see one little area of the map right below the character icon.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
don't see anything.
Yeah, I can
but a
sort
little
of
white
see
dot.
basically a corridor.
Yeah, so you guys should be in a corridor right now. But for some reason on the stream version, it's not showing it. So this is the technical stuff that we talked about that I just absolutely love because nothing ever works the same way twice for me. So I want to make sure it's got to be something to do with figure ownership. I am an observer. He's not there. Yeah. Uno momento here. Core permissions. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to refresh the page to see if maybe it's the page. Because if it does that again, then I am just going to turn off the... Like I got walls and stuff built to kind of make it look like realistic so that you can only see what you're allowed to see. But if it doesn't do that, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll go back to the maps and I'll just turn off the token vision.
Yep, not so much.
Come on, page. Load up for me. Yep. And oh, you know what? Well, so there we go. The page loaded. So the reason that I don't know why you keep going back into that. Well, the reason you can't see if you're human is because you guys need a light source. So if somebody wants to like open a torch or cast light or something, do the torch are probably better. It should light to where you can see.
How do you cast a spell?
So we're gonna go over that in a minute. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste time trying to worry about this right now. I'm gonna turn this off. I don't, because if you keep using your torches, they're all gonna be gone. So
You can go back in and add them.
yeah, I know, but that's not the point. All right, so first off, to move your token, all you have to do is click, hold, and drag, and you can drag yourself wherever you want. You guys are all in a hallway right now, and it's essentially you're coming down into a mausoleum. A lot of times you'll find that the gap to get through is difficult, and so it may be that the system won't let you move through. So that's just so you are aware. But here you should be able to come in all the way, and you can move your token over the top of people, etc., so you can come into the space. Yeah. So hubs up front. So the first thing is I would say is you guys come into this large mausoleum. old, cracked, worn stone. You can see a raised dais and the remnants of an old sarcophagus sitting on top. However, your sharp eyes make out creatures moving in the shadows, and as you get up to the doorway and into the room, you can see that this room is infested with undead. They look to be skeletons of some sort as they begin moving toward you, wanting to snuff the life from your bodies. And then we would say begin combat, right? So what I'm going to do first is add everybody to the combat.
Hey, Sean, while you're doing that, this is Brian here.
Yep.
And I hope I'm not out of line, but just in case it wasn't intuitively obvious to me, to move that map around, you right-click on it. And then
okay.
type it.
Yes. My
Just for the
apologies.
newbies out there.
Yep.
Just
My
for the
apologies.
newbies.
If you have a mouse scroller, you can scroll and it'll zoom in or zoom out. But if you right-click and hold, yes, you can drag the map or whatever around so you can see. But if you want to be able to see the whole view, you can scroll out and you can see that it'll go certain distance in and then a certain distance out, however far you want to go. So I have added everybody into their into the combat pool, into the encounter, right? And so now I'm gonna tell everybody, in the past we did, hey, what action are you gonna do? Now you can just do the action that you want, and it will put you in line with your with your character. So first I'm going to do, got everybody in, begin encounter. It rolled an individual 10-sided dice for each one of the skeletons, and it put them all in order from 1 to 10 based on what their dice roll was, and that's what their initiative. So Biamba, so what you want to do is open up your character sheet.
Okay.
Go to the combat tab.
Uh-huh.
You can see now next to each one of your items, there's a little set of dice on the far left-hand side.
Got it.
That means roll initiative with that item. So when it's your turn, it'll actually tell you, go to your turn, swing in a scimitar or whatever you're going to do. So instead of asking you what's your, damn it, sorry. Instead of asking you what your action is going to be, I'm just going to say, roll your initiative. And that means that is y'all's cue. Go to your character sheet and go to whatever item or whatever weapon you're going to attack with. If it's a spell, we'll talk about that in a second. Whatever that is, and click the dice next to it. So Biamba, go ahead and select what it is. So you rolled a 9 with the longsword. Now, just so you're aware, if you
That wasn't me.
That was me.
sorry,
that was me. I
Mulder.
was sorry.
My bad.
That was
No,
me.
you're good. No, that's okay. Same difference. If you look at the longsword, it has a SP column. It's a weapon speed, right? Normally, in certain systems, if we want to do it, it'll automatically add it. But since we haven't modified our weapon yet, it didn't roll it. So you just roll a straight up 9, right? So if we want to use weapon speed, we're going to have to modify our weapons, edit them slightly to include whatever the speed factor is for that weapon. All right? So...
Well, mine's got it in there, so I'm going to roll it now.
Yep.
Ooh, I like that dice.
I love that dice, dude. So you rolled with scimitar, so yours is a 5, okay? Hub, is that what you were going to do, is hide in shadow? That's going to be your action? Yeah, I don't think you can...
Yeah, I was going to try to hide initially and then sneak around.
Okay.
I'll freely admit, you're going to have to walk me again through how to roll those dice automatically from the skill. So I'm in combat.
Okay.
I'm in skills. I can see hide in shadows. I don't see where I roll the dice.
So what you do is you click hide. Now click on that. There's the word skill. Click that word skill. If you look in the chat, there's a word skill. You click that word.
Got it.
And it opens up a little thing to roll dice.
Got it.
So you fail to hide in shadow, though you don't know that. But
Correct.
that's just you as a thief hiding in shadow. You still get the initiative of whatever the combat is, right? So you can take your dagger and click on, or you can take your bow if you want and click on. And by the way, I don't know if you noticed, I couldn't give you 24 arrows because it wouldn't hold it that much. So I could only get it to 18. So you're 6 shy than what you originally said. But we'll work that out, the details of that out.
How dare you? How dare you?
So your choice. So you can do essentially whatever you want. I don't know why you have a scimitar. You're kind of small for a scimitar, but
Oh, you're talking about my picture?
no, you've actually. Oh, never mind. I'm looking at beyond the sheet. Sorry, duh. I'm an idiot.
I was about to say I don't have arrows either.
Yeah,
Okay.
My bad. Anyway.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so you have a dagger, or if you just want, again, what you can do is if you don't, the other thing is if you don't have something to do, really, like you're just trying to hide in shadow and you don't want to attack or anything like that, all you have to do is instead of rolling it from your sheet, you can roll it from the encounter tab. So if you click those cross swords on the right hand side, it shows you the list of everybody that's in the combat right now. And I'll expand that out to show it on the stream. You can see everybody, and then there's a dice on the right hand side. You just click that and click roll, and it'll just roll initiative, and it won't be based on anything. It won't be based on a dagger. It won't be based on anything else, right? So it's just kind of a generic.
Gotcha.
So that allows you a way to roll initiative without having to roll it off your character sheet. But if you want to use your dagger for some way, then click the 2 little dice on the combat of your character sheet next to the dagger.
Okay, I'm going to do that only because I need to learn how to do that. So I'm going to go back into combat. Whoop, back to my character. Bear with me.
Yep,
So,
no hurry. Yep, we're good.
Combat, dagger. I see it in. Okay, here we go.
Yep, there's 2 little like dice on the very left hand side. There you go. And you got a 9 for your initiative. Cool.
Yay.
Awesome. All right, Exior. Same thing for you except on spells. If you open your character sheet and you go over to spells, you will now see next to each one of your spells has a little dice next to it. So if you want to cast a spell, you can do that. If you don't want to cast a spell, once again, like I told Hub, you can go to the game page, and next to your name, just click the big 20-sided dice and it'll roll a generic. You don't have to roll it out of your character sheet if you don't want to. But again, if you want to cast a spell, that's how you would do it. And you get a 10 plus 1 because it's a 1 casting time. You got 11. Took it to 11. And then Renoir, same thing for you. If you want to do a weapon, it's off your combat tab. If you want to do a spell, it's off your spell tab.
Let's try turning undead. So,
I was going to say, I think turn undead.
I think that's on the skills tab.
Yeah,
but there's no dice next to the ability.
There is not. So what you would have to do is you would have to roll. You would just say, "Hey, I'm going to turn undead," and then roll a generic. Just roll the generic initiative.
All right.
Good
Nice.
roll.
Good roll. What's that? Is it the light switch? The other switch?
Fortunately, 1s is all I normally ever roll.
Sorry, guys. Trying to help my wife with her new computer figure out why it won't turn on.
She plug it in.
Yes. I say turn it on and turn it back off. All right. So where did you roll that that dice from, Renoir?
On the bottom right, just
Yeah.
the generic die roller.
Yeah, so if we're rolling initiative, if you look on the right-hand side, the second tab down, the cross swords, if you click on that, and then you can see your name all the way at the bottom. There's a dice next to you.
All right, I see my name, but I don't see a dice.
Yeah, I don't either.
I know how to find it.
Oh, really? I mean, I know normally you don't see, like
I think it might be red. It might be dark and hard to see.
Well,
It's on the extreme right.
yeah, on mine, it's like a bright white 20-sided dice.
No.
So
Yeah, I'm on dark
Nothing.
mode. Maybe that's the problem.
The only thing I have is
Are we on the combat encounters thing? Is that where you're
Yeah.
supposed to be looking?
yeah, if you look at the combat encounters tab on the right hand
combat
side,
actions.
no, not on your character sheet. Not on your character sheet.
On
This
the-
is
on the main
on the main screen on the very right. The top one is chat messages. The next tab down is combat encounter. Looks like a pair
gotcha.
of
Cross swords.
yeah, looks like a pair of crossed swords. And then that shows a list of everybody that's in the combat with the skeletons all the way down to you at the bottom. And then your sheet, since it's you and you haven't rolled yet, should show you a big old white 20-sided dice on the right-hand side.
All right, I got it.
Cool.
Wah wah wah.
All right, that's okay. The thing is, I know you got a 1 when you originally rolled it, so I can go in and where are you? I can go in. And
since I already rolled, that's why it shows that. Okay.
yeah. So I changed Renoir to a 1, so he should. I don't know why.
Yeah,
it
I
didn't
can't
move him
see
up.
his.
Yeah,
I can't
you-
see his or the skeleton.
Yeah. no,
Yeah, I
it's
still
fine.
see 7 there.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't change it, but it's for some reason. But
I had to refresh.
I'm not going to worry about it right now. Like, so the
Yeah,
skeleton.
maybe you can try to change mine to 1 if you don't mind.
Sure,
if you
why
don't-
not? Sure, why not? All right. So that being said, the skeleton is up first. It is going to waddle its way.
Oh, there's somebody else that's not here.
1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, there's 5 characters there.
Nope. My Dugatube.
Oh no, well, I'm not bringing him into combat.
This is just
The wolf doesn't
training.
go into combat. Yeah. Yep. All right. So skeleton number 1 has moved up as far as it can go. Skeleton number 2. Moved. And skeleton number 3. 20. I don't know. Don't know where it's at. Oh, I'm sorry. It is. It's on the right hand side of the thing. I'm not sure which one. Hang on, guys.
We see who Sean likes more. You get a wolf, but I don't get an ancient gold dragon as a pet.
I think the only reason I got a wolf is because it actually says it on the wiki page for this tribe. They have to become a man. They have to train a wolf.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's their bound. He's kind of like a familiar.
Exactly. That the difference is when the wolf dies, it doesn't take half the hit points away from the barbarian.
Right.
So. All right.
When
I
the
forgot
wolf
about
dies?
that with the familiar.
With the ability score rolls that I had, I was going to be a wolf nomad barbarian.
All right. As the skeletons have, you guys watch as they get further into the light, you realize that they are skeletons wearing old, ratted, jangly armor that no longer fits as they brandish spears or swords or whatever weapons they had back in their time. Biamba, you are up, sir.
Can I get past? Can I
Yes,
squeeze
you can.
past?
Yeah. You can always move through another character's space. And by the way, each of these squares is 10 feet, not 5, by the way.
Okay.
I never
Well,
changed it
target
on
that
the
guy.
I never changed the thing, so it's not that big of a deal.
So I
Yeah.
targeted that guy. Now I have to go to my character, right? Because it still hadn't let me put a thing into my quick fast.
Yeah, so just go and do attack with your scimitar, because if you look on the chat, it actually says Biamba's turn, attack with your scimitar.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it? I didn't. See
Yeah,
it.
it actually, because that's what you did
Oh,
your
yeah. That's what I
it-
did my initiative.
that's what you did your initiative, so it keeps track of
Alright.
that for you. And it actually also keeps track of multi attacks. So if you have as you swing
that's-
and you miss.
I missed.
Yep. And nope, you don't have enough points to do anything with.
No.
All right. Anything
Okay.
else for you, sir?
Nope. That's about it. On
Alright.
target.
As the skeletons continue to move their way in, Renoir.
All right, let's try moving this thing. So you click on them, and then you click where you want them to go.
No, you actually just
Drag it.
left click, hold, and drag.
Nice, nice. Now, how do I do the turn undeady thing?
All right.
That's
So
a technical term.
yep. Deglin is really experienced at this, but if you go to your sheet and you go to your abilities, which is the raised fist,
Yep, see it?
and you can see your ability, there's a turn undead, I believe, unless it's under combat too. No, it's
No,
not.
I didn't see it under combat. I see it under abilities. I opened it up. It brings up a sub window with like description,
Yep.
attributes. Under actions, it just has a plus. There's no actual actions there.
Okay.
That's weird because when I had Deglin, it was the whole thing was there. I could click on each individual turn.
I created a new group of actions, but that doesn't seem to be right.
Yeah, no. Oh, okay. So here's freaking easy for you. Okay. Let's say that this is intuitive. All right. So click the ability. Right.
Gotcha. Yep.
In the description, you could see turn undead level 1 cleric.
Yep.
There's a little blue box. Click that blue box.
Really?
Yep. And then just hit draw result.
All right. I pressed it. Did you guys see something going
All
on?
right. Draw result from
You
turn
rolled a
undead. You rolled a 3. This result turns no type of undead. So,
Wah, wah, wah.
yep. So you stand up and you hold your symbol before them and you cry out, "Be gone, evil creature," as they continue to shamble toward you, clittering.
Why have you forsaken me?
Clittering and clacking as we go. All right, Hub. You invisible badass, you. You are attacking with your
Yeah.
dagger, if you so desire. You see 2 skeletons, one in front of Renoir, who apparently just completely ignored his command to go away, and the other one that Biamba whiffed on.
So normally I would actually try to do some maneuvering as a thief, but I want to get into the action just to learn the mechanics. So
Okay.
I'm going to attack something.
Okay.
I'm going to move here
Okay.
and then attack the skeleton to my south.
Okay.
So I'm going to go back into.
You don't have to go.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, first thing you want to do is target the creature. So you can do it one of 2 ways. I always right click on the creature, and you'll see it should open up a series of boxes around it. And one of them looks like a target on the right-hand side.
Right click.
Yeah, I right click now. Again,
You can double right click as well.
Okay, double right click it, and it should target the creature for you.
It seems to have done that.
Yep. So
Um,
you can always tell. I'm gonna move you up a little. So you can
Yeah,
always
there it is.
tell. You can always. I just moved you a little bit just so I could see. If you
Understood.
look at the skeleton that you targeted, you can see there's a little purple dot on it. And if you look over on the player sort of legend on the bottom left hand corner of the screen, you can see it's got me, it's got you, it's got everybody, and everybody has a color associated with them. If you look at that color, that tells me that it's either you or Exior or Mordred, I should say, have targeted it. Looks like it's your color, but so that would tell me yes. Okay, you did target it as you expected. And so now I'm just gonna move you back. So now
Okay.
what you can do is once you've targeted it, now you can attack with your dagger, right? So you go to your combat, go to the dagger, and just click on the dagger.
When I click on combat, the
Yep. And then
standby.
Yep, no worries.
So I'm not in my PC. I'm in the actual combat encounters, correct?
No, you want now that you've targeted it, you want to get into your sheet so you can actually.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, like I said, 9 times out of 10, you guys should never have to worry about the right hand looking at the encounter unless you want to know who's next or whatever the case may be, because everything you can do
Got it.
from your character sheet. That's why I recommend up in the upper right hand corner of a character sheet, there's that little pop out symbol. Pop out the character sheet. You can move it to any other screen if you have multi-screen. If not, it doesn't matter. You don't have to pop it out, but you can just leave that open and drag it out of the way as necessary. So you've always got your sheet open. So anything you need to do, you can go right off your sheet. But anyway,
Roger
so
that.
so
Okay,
now,
here we go.
yep. Oh, as you swing. And why did it give you a -3? Oh, because he's not proficient.
Skeleton and a blade.
No, so
Isn't that?
hang on. This, for some reason, it didn't give you proficiency.
Yeah,
You
I had to
still-
add proficiency myself.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it also, I'm not going to worry about it now, but I need to show you guys, if you have like ranged weapons, you have to associate ammunition with that. Like if you have a bow, you got to associate arrows or bolts if you got a crossbow. Same thing with daggers. If you want to throw a dagger, you have to essentially create dagger ammo. So, but I'll get that set up for you guys. You don't have to worry about it. But anyway, so as you're even to the 3 points back, you still missed because you missed by 4.
sucked.
So really,
These roll. I'll tell you right now, these dice, sometimes they feel like they're cursing you.
Yep, and I will say, if you wanted to, you had 2 points available, so you missed by 1 point. So you could use one of your points to say, "Hey, I hit it," but I don't want you guys to use your points during testing. I'd rather just go through a bunch of combat if we keep missing. Mulgar, you are up
All right.
as you have your long sword equipped.
And I tell Renoir, your holy symbol did not work. Let's try mine, and I hit it with the longsword.
All right.
Nice.
How about not?
And I sadly missed with the longsword. Never mind.
Who's laughing now?
All right. As the final skeleton comes over right in front, taking aim at the lowly halfling who thinks he's hidden, but he's not. He rakes down upon him.
You can't see me. You can't see me. You can't see me.
Ooh,
And he can't.
And target AC 4, and I missed. All right. Mordred.
Magic missile.
Yeah, he begins casting. He says his little arcane spells and waves his hands in the air and casts the spell. You got to right click it.
So to cast the spell, no, just left click on the spell and then click. First thing you do is click cast.
Okay, wait a minute. Click on the spell.
Click on the spell. Now click the top one. And so you look in the chat box now. It opened up a thing. Click cast. And then the next thing you do is you click how many missiles you got. The other thing.
What, first level? It's just one missile, right?
First level. Is it one missile?
Yeah, it's one missile. You get your second at third.
Okay. So the other thing is though, which skeleton did you target? This one down here?
It looks like that, yeah.
Yeah, looks like it. Okay. Go ahead and click your damage, one missile.
Wait, hold on. Yeah.
Boom. 2 hit points of damage as you fire your magic missile into the body of this skeleton. It literally explodes, its chest being barely held together by centuries of dried up and rotted flesh and bone. It poof erupts into dust as whatever held that skeleton together is no more.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
All right, we see who's carrying this party.
Yep. As we go back to the top of the order, as you all need to go in and re-roll your initiative. Once again, try to roll it off your character sheet if that's what you want to do.
Or do you, since it's a new run, I can re-roll off the thing, right?
Yeah.
Oof, that's horrid. Is it taken into our to account our dexterity bonus?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't do any of that. And so these are some of the things we're going to have to work through because you can add an adjustment when you roll, right? When you click it, it says, hey, what adjustment you want to make? Hub still needs you and Exior to roll. There we go. Exior, I didn't know if you wanted to cast another spell or you just want to stand there or go bash them with your quarterstaff or whatever you got.
Can I throw a dagger at it?
You sure can. So all you have to do is let me first of all go to your combat and yep, you've got the so all you have to do is just roll the dice next to the dagger. There's 2 of them. There's one that says dagger melee and there's another one that says dagger parentheses times 8. Click the initiative off the times 8. Yeah.
Okay.
Another 10. I like it. But
Can you change mine to a 9? Because I was supposed to get a -1.
actually, it's
-4.
interesting. It actually gave him a -3 for his dex reaction on a ranged attack. So
Yeah.
apparently, it only takes into account ranged attacks. But yeah, I can change it to 9. I don't know if it'll change it for you guys, but for some reason it doesn't look like it's working. Okay, as we get back to the top of the order, Mulgar, you watch as your wizard companion blasts away the skeleton that you were so adamant on taking out. But there's another one here for you.
And this time I will hit it.
Yeah, so you say.
That's what they all say.
Dude,
That's
keep
a-
that one come up.
You,
Oh,
you missed
okay,
by
all right.
3.
Okay, I suck.
I'm telling you, these dice sometimes make you feel like you're being cursed.
Yep. As this skeleton, having seen the Renoir come up and try to blast him away with his holiness, decides he's had enough of that. Oh, swing about a miss. Oh, I missed by 6 too. Oh, you got an AC 2? Shoot, I'm never hitting you.
Uh-huh.
As this skeleton comes down, targeting Mulgar. Damn. Yes! As he strikes you.
I need to get some chain armor.
6 hit points of damage. Chwang!
Damn.
I like it. All right. As the third skeleton seeing blood in the water, comes up. He wants to finish it. Oh, but Mulgar is too dexterous for the shambling skeleton. Renoir.
All right, so I click my target to designate it, correct?
Oh, yeah, double right click on it, and that'll target. There you go. And you can see it's effective with the little black dot on top of it. So that means you have successfully targeted it. And then all you have to do is go onto the combat on your sheet and click your mace. It'll open up a little window to roll attack. Oh, as you miss as well.
It's I'm telling you,
Yeah, I wind up the swing and whiff.
it's not just Foundry. Owlbear does it. Roll20 does it. They all have horrible dice rollers.
Hubster, you are it. Come try to take me. I'm going to have a TPK before this campaign even gets started. Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Maybe
Hang on a
Hawkeye's
second.
okay.
You never targeted him.
Crap.
That's all right. That's all right. You would have hit.
That's fine. Let's move on.
No, you're good. You hit
We're
anyway.
learning. We're learning.
Yep.
Yeah,
hit.
we're learning.
So what you can do is target which one you want. Double right click on the one you want to target. And then go ahead and roll damage 1d4 because it's small or medium.
So just roll from the dice itself, not from my.
No, sir. No, if you look in the chat messages, you'll see that there's a card that showed up that says that you hit, and then it has two. It says damage 1d4 or damage
Gotcha.
1d3 for large. You can click that right there.
So we need to kind of switch back and forth, perhaps. Between our, of course, I've only got one monitor.
Yeah.
So, and maybe I'll figure that out. Get another monitor.
No. I don't want you to have to
upgrade.
get another monitor at all. No.
I might need to if I'm going to keep this up, but
No.
But I can see that. Yeah, I'm going to need to be able to monitor both of these. So got it. Damage 1d4. Here we go.
Yep. So I will say that usually, if you, I don't know if the window is only temporary, but after you roll and it hits, there's usually, whenever you click that roll and it says you hit, there's usually, I thought, a damage window that's there already. You can click it, but then it fades away.
Yep.
Right. So
It popped up, but because I've got my PC sheet up there,
yeah.
it's kind of dominating my screen presence. So
Okay.
I'm going to have to figure. Yeah, this is something I'll do, but
Yeah.
you know, I have to figure out how to size the windows
Yeah,
and everything so I
absolutely.
can see everything.
You can pop out your character sheet, and then it kind of goes in the background, and then you can click on it back and forth.
That's true.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
if,
I'm going to have to
like,
play with that.
Yeah, so if you have two windows open, like the window that you're looking at is always in the front, but on your bottom tab of your computer screen, you can click on the other one and pop it open whenever you need it. So you might be able to do that.
Got it. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. All right. So I clicked on the D4, and then it did bring me back to basically what looked like a combat. So I'm going to click, I
Yeah.
believe, on damage.
Yep.
And here we go.
Nice.
Nice.
As you hit, it does 1 hit point of damage. Because as everybody knows, edged weapons only do 1 point of damage to skeletons. Or did we not know that? Well, we do now.
I would also mention once you've done your damage to the character or the monster you're attacking, you should double right click again to take your target off of them. And this is for future stuff so that when you go to attack something else, you don't mistakenly hit the wrong monster.
That's a very valid point. Same with you, Renoir. Once you're done attacking, double click to remove it. Yeah, like he said, because I do that all the time. I'll target one of you guys, and then I'll target you guys because I have another creature, target another one of you. I'll forget to deselect, and I end up doing damage to both of y'all, which I don't want that to happen. All right. As the skeleton here once again tries to take aim at the lowly halfling with his raking skeletal claw. Swing and a miss. Stupid halflings. All right. You guys are too short. Stand up. All right, Mordred.
So right click.
Yep.
Did that work?
Yep.
Yeah, it
It
did.
did. I saw it
Yep.
come on.
You did target him.
All right, then I go to the combat.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
And then just
Just gonna
click
take
on.
one out again.
Just,
I
what's
don't
that?
see the little dice thing by the
No,
thumb.
no, you
dagger.
don't. Yeah, you don't. You don't have. That's only for rolling initiative.
Uh-huh.
Just click on the picture of the dagger, and it'll open up.
Uh-huh.
And it'll open up a little attack at the bottom. Just click at the attack. There you go. As your dagger goes flying by, and you miss.
Now, eventually, we'll get the permissions set up to where we can take the actual weapon off of our character sheet and put them at these boxes down on the bottom of the page. 1, 2,
Yes.
3, 4, 5. And that's there. You don't have to open up your character. You just click on it, and it opens up that macro and uses
Yep.
that weapon.
Yep, that's true. You can do, and again, that's something we can set up a night in Discord. We can just pick a night whenever, and we can get together, and I can do a screen share to kind of so you guys can watch me while I'm kind of doing it, or can watch you, Declan, while you're doing it. However, but yeah,
Sure.
absolutely. All right, cool. Declan, I'm sorry, Biamba.
Yamba, yeah. I am going to. Can I charge?
So yeah, yes, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna charge. So it's gonna give me +2 to hit. Double click that guy. Go to my character sheet. Go to combat. Go to SWAT. And all that. Where'd it go? Why didn't it go? There we go. I'm gonna go +2 attack.
Okay.
Tell these dice
Declan, we're
suck
pretty much
so
useless. We are
I know,
useless.
right? It's these dice. They constantly do this.
All right, one more round, and then we're gonna end it.
Okay.
Okay, before we do that, I apologize. This is Brian again.
Yeah, man.
And we can keep going, but how did you charge? Is that something
So
that
that's
is
just a stated thing.
penalty?
So that's a stated thing. What I allow, and this is, I think, one of the optional rules. Can't remember. But if you can see a creature line of sight and you have direct, unfettered access to run right at them, you can charge them. Excuse me. In doing so, you get a +2 bonus to your attack roll, kind of like inertia carrying you through. But it has to be a melee thing. It can't be like a ranged weapon attack or anything like that. It has to be.
Right.
You have to be able to get there in your movement, whatever it is. Essentially straight line. You can't be
Right.
like zigzagging around a room or jumping over furniture and stuff. But
But in this system, you just announce it basically.
Correct.
If I meet the criteria, I'll just
Yes.
say I'm charging, and then you
When-
somehow ensure that all the pluses and minuses occur, because I know your dexterity is taken away from your armor normally from the first edition,
right.
and
So
et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
yeah. So essentially, no. What happens is when you click the attack and it pops up in that attack window, if you look, there's actually a thing that says situational modifier. You just add the +2 into your situational modifier there, right? And then
Gotcha.
you swing. Upside is it works
Gotcha.
great. Yeah, upside is it works great. Downside is you got to remember to remove it next time, because a lot of times this system will save your situational modifier. So when you go to attack again, even though you're not charging, it'll still have that +2. So you just got to remember to remove it. Usually I forget
Got
all
it.
the time, and I'll say, "Ah, crap," and we'll just calculate it in our head if we still hit or not. But anyway, yeah. All right, so
Who do I? Okay.
all right, yes, sir. All right, so everybody else needs to roll initiative. Biamba, Hub, Exior, Renoir. I don't know why it's saying Exior for your name. It should have it. for-
Because I didn't put more. I didn't understand what that was. I'll fix that for next session.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Okay. Dumb question.
Yep.
Can I use my darts when this close to a skeleton?
How close?
I don't remember the rules.
So no, it has to be ranged, right? So it has to be. You can't be within melee range. So if you're within melee range,
Right.
no. If you're outside of melee range, yes.
So if I want to take a step back, do I do that now? Pick my weapon.
That is when your turn comes up, you would do that.
So I still have to roll initiative, but this would be a generic initiative, or would it be with the?
No. So what I would do is I would just roll the initiative off using the dart, and then just execute
Okay.
the action when it's your turn.
Okay, and my dart's not loaded, so I'm not going to do that. We'll come back to
Okay.
that at a
Okay.
later session because you were talking about that. So
Yep.
we'll just keep. I'm learning.
Okay.
We're doing
Nope.
good.
All right. Still waiting on Hub. Hub. There we go.
Yep.
All right. As we go. Ha! Mordred got a -2. How the hell did you get that? Man, you're my
I
hero.
rolled a 1.
You are my freaking hero, brother. I like it. All right. Mordred, you are up.
So did it target? I can't tell.
Yes, it did.
It looks like a purple dot. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It did.
All right.
Swing battle.
So I got to go back to my character sheet.
I do want to remind everybody as well, if you are within melee range of a creature and you try to get away, any creature that was there.
What is +3 and -2?
So if you look, he has a dexterity for missiles. However, he has a little bit of a, because of the range, he has a -2. I am going to say that hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
How do I do that?
So if you look in the chat, in the window for chat, it shows, even though it says you missed, I say you hit. There is a damage button, and just click damage, and it should roll the damage for you. There you go. As you did 1 damage.
1 whopping point of damage.
Yep. Yeah, they started. This one started out with 8 hit points, so y'all going to take a while to take him down. All right. As this skeleton, once again, is getting frustrated with this little halfling. Come on, really? I can't even hit armor class 4? Jiminy Christmas.
See, it used to tell us that,
Yeah.
even
Well,
on
it does.
when it doesn't tell it to me anymore. All I see is the 12 that he rolled.
Huh? Huh, I'll have to check and see if that's a settings thing. All right, you are up, Renoir.
All right, swing, better, swing.
That is a hit. Go ahead and do your damage.
Woohoo! I'm easily amused.
Nice. As you finally manage to club down using your mace, a heavy blow to its head, crushing it as the remainder of the bones fall away into splinters of dust. As this skeleton targets...
Curious on the reason for the amount of the damage, but
What do you
we can
mean?
talk about that later. Is the mace really 1d4 plus 1?
I believe so.
No, that should be 1d6 +1, I think.
Maybe you're
that's
right.
what I
If it isn't, we can correct it. Absolutely. That's why we do these. Want to make sure. All right. As the skeleton attacks our barbarian,
Yeah,
Raking
mace
its
footman's
claws.
1d6.
interesting. Raking his claws down upon you. No, missed. Mulgar.
Well, I'm going to cry because I can't hit anything, and then I'm going to swing again.
By the way, That hits.
Can't hit a damn thing.
Didn't either, dude. It's
That
the
hits.
same with me.
That hits. Don't forget to deselect your creature if you hit. As you do, 4 slashing to the skeleton. Yeah.
It's awful.
Oops. As you did, it actually could have only had 8, but all right. Okay. As that brings us up to Gamba. There are 2
He
left.
is going to step forward and double click that guy and try to kill him. He's gonna try to kill him. I'm not saying he's gonna kill him, but he's gonna try to kill him. Yes,
Nice.
that hits.
Holy
Finally.
cow!
There
Look
you
at you. Yay!
And your sword gets stuck in his rib cage.
6. That's not bad.
Nice. Nice. As you cleave through it, taking down yet another of the demonic entities. Hub! I was going to say, and I wanted to remind everybody that if you are within range of melee of a creature and you try to get away, it does get opportunity attacks on you. So, that hits.
Oh, yay.
Yay. You get a prize. You get a hit. You get a hit.
I can do that because I love y'all. Nice. As it does 1 piercing. That's why only piercing weapons, if it's a slashing, it does the damage as expected. All right.
See, I thought skeletons took half damage from slashing weapons.
Maybe they do. I don't think so. Not 100%.
Yeah, I thought it was half.
You know what? I'm just going to go with what the game system has. I don't ever worry too much about that. If it's off because it's Osric versus 1E exactly, I'm not going to worry about it.
That's fine.
Yeah. However, as you guys struggle, taking a few blows yourselves, not really feeling it in this first combat together. However, you do manage to take down the last of the skeletals, and you see there is no more movement anywhere within this mausoleum. And then you guys say, screw it, we're out of here, and we are going to head back to town. As you guys,
I'm gonna do first aid on dude as well.
okay, as you guys find yourselves back in Diamond Lake, walking your way back to
It's not there. Huh.
as you guys make your way back into the dingy, dirty, muck and mire filled, smoke filled atmosphere of this mountain valley village known as Diamond Lake, you find yourselves going back to the feral dog. And so,
Is that a yoga position?
is that a what?
Yoga position.
Yeah, exactly. No, we're good. The downward feral dog, maybe. So you guys kind of got an understanding on how combat is going to go. Most of the stuff, like I said, you can do from your character sheet. Some things maybe not. I will always defer that if there are issues happening that it's like, hey, I can't get this figured out on my character sheet, or we're spending a couple minutes and it's just not working. Hey, I click this and it's not doing what I think it's supposed to do. We will always manually roll from the manual dice roller. We will figure out the bonuses, see if we hit or miss, because I got the charts handy here as well. And we'll go that route. But I want to try as much as we can to do whatever we did in the characters, or from the character sheets. Got a couple things we need to check on, which is why I would like you guys to make sure you look over your character sheets, look over the items, make sure that the damage that they're supposed to do is correct. If it's not, let me know and we will get it corrected. When it comes to actual session 1, you guys have not gathered together yet. Next week's session 1 is going to be a true gathering. The essential sort of plan that I have is each one of you is going to get sort of an introduction and arrival at Diamond Lake whenever, and then eventually you all will have made your way to the feral dog for whatever reason that may be. I intend to start out with Biamba and Mulgar because they were traveling together, arriving at Diamond Lake, and then each PC in turn will arrive at Diamond Lake, and eventually everybody will have made it to the feral dog, and then we can kind of kick the campaign off there. If it is okay with you guys, when your characters are introduced, I would like for you to read your backstory aloud so that everybody can hear and we have it on record. So if you don't want, that's fine. I'll read it for you. But I would like you guys just to kind of go through your backstories. If there's something you don't like or you want to change, fine. Just make those changes. And then we'll read those come next week. And then I will actually have the campaign opener that I will kick off as well, just to kind of officially kick off our campaign. Again, hopefully you guys will enjoy it. If there's anything about Foundry or anything that you want to play around with or you want help with, let me know. Like I said, we can get together pretty much any time. I work from home, so obviously, during the days it's a little rougher, but if you want to spend half an hour, whatever at night, just ping me, let me know what time, your time. I know you're way on the West Coast. But if you want to, meet a little sort of compromise on your time, I don't mind staying up late, right? So if you want to meet at like 9 o'clock your time or whatever, it's only 12 my time, so it's not a big deal. We can kind of go through some stuff, but yeah, anything that you guys want to cover or go over as far as the game goes. And I will say, the more you do it as we go, it's going to really become hopefully like second nature. To your point, Hubs. Some of the issue is maybe if you only have one screen. I don't necessarily like jumping forth back to everything either, but typically if you have your character sheet open and you just leave the chat open on the right hand side while we're in combat, you'll be able to see the little button that says damage or whatever the case may be. And you just have your character sheet and do everything there. The only other thing you have to do is like maybe move in order to move your token or something like that. And, you can work, you're right. You can work around that.
The last encounter, that last round, I actually did that and it worked very smoothly. So
yeah,
there's workarounds, most certainly.
Absolutely.
I will say this if you don't mind, Sean.
Yeah.
I know we're going to, I've got specific questions regarding my character. I don't want to do that. I don't want to bore everybody. I can do that offline with you.
Okay.
But I will say, you said that you wanted us to be prepared to bring up our background. So my background.
Yeah.
There's no big mystery, but I don't know if my character would want everybody to know that.
Okay.
So is that what you're getting at? Or should we produce one that we would introduce to the players? And I have no problem if everybody knows everything.
No.
I just don't know if we.
No,
okay.
This is y'all's game, right? I'm trying to be a facilitator. I would like it to be kind of an epic kind of a thing, but that's what I was saying is take a look at your character sheet. And if you want to take exactly what's there, but pull out some parts, just saying, hey, you know, I got bored here, so I moved on, or I got in trouble with my master, and so I stole some of his spells and took off, you know, on my own, or whatever the case, whatever you want to change it to. I do hope to try to keep the flavor of Age of Worms in it. But yeah, no, this is your background. There's something about your character you don't want everybody to know, then don't read it. Absolutely. And again, if you guys decide amongst ourselves that you don't want to read your backgrounds and just let that come out as the game goes, that's fine. I am going to have my intro that does talk about you guys, but I will make sure that there's nothing in there that you don't want exposed, I guess, when I read the group one, because I just say, hey, this person gathered and this person's from here and that guy's from there or whatever. Just as an example, let me grab it real quick. I'll just show you kind of what I'm talking about. Let's see. So essentially, I have, the first was Mordred, a man whose years weighed heavy upon his form, though he had seen but 40 winters. His beard, long and streaked with silver and white, spilled over the collar of his robes, lending him the air of a wizened sage rather than a man in his prime. The robes themselves were rich in hue, deep royal purple trimmed with threads of gold. Though dulled and stained by hardships of the road, he looked around the room attentively and quietly, observing without revealing any emotion or intent. His long ringed fingers drummed lightly on the table, tracing idle sigils in spilled ale as if weaving unseen spells. Beside him sat Biamba, towering figure of muscle and scars, his wild mane of hair damp from the rain. Once the son of a proud northern tribe, and this is where you may not want to have it said, he had been cast out when the spirits refused him to grant their voice. The mantle of shaman fell to his younger brother, and exile became his fate. Yet bitterness did not break him. If the gods would not whisper to him, then they would hear him in the roar of his deeds. He swore upon the bones of the earth, upon the breath of the storm, he would carve his name in blood and iron until the heavens could not ignore him. Stuff like that, right? So it's kind of the intro where we're going. But if there's something in that, hey, I don't want my other characters to know that until I feel time to reveal it, that's totally fine. We just tweak that out. But I just want to just say, right, just as in a general sense, to be ready to kind of describe your PC, tell as much about your PC as you want, because that's kind of what I want your vision of your character to be projected to everybody so they can see it. And, oh, that's what he looks like. That's kind of what his mannerism looks like. You know, he's got that little cocked eyebrow, looks like a cocky little shit, stuff like that, right? So,
right. They don't need to know that I married my cousin, you know, when I was
correct.
Like that.
That is correct.
Right.
And,
gotcha.
And you and I
Okay.
still need to discuss that one little tidbit, right? So, you know.
Yes.
So that's like,
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I have ideas, right? I definitely have ideas that I could propose to you. Right. But if you don't have anything, I'm not trying to write your background for you. But if you don't have any idea, then we can collaborate. Or if you just want to wait until you say, you know what, I was making the whole thing up, I just want to use it as an air of mystery or something. Right. That's fine too. But I have.
Roger that. I think we need to establish the front. So yeah, we need to talk because I think that's part of it. So
yeah. No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
And even though this campaign is very centered around Age of Worms, you can ask anybody. I like to try to get character backgrounds involved a little bit in the story if I can. So wherever that may be. But yeah. So anyway, I hope that tonight was worth it for you guys. I know it wasn't like a full-blown RP session, but hopefully it was worth your time. I am going to, for you, Ager, I am going to make sure that I get the permissions for you guys to, because I don't know why. I don't know why that would. That is under. I'd like to. See it.
Hey everyone, for the next 2 weeks, I'm actually going to be out of the country, but I'm going to be so jet lagged next week. I do plan to play. I think it'll be like 2:30 in the morning, but I'm sure I'll be awake. But I might miss the session after that, depending on the jet lag.
Okay, that's fair.
But I'll be back after that.
That's okay. We don't need you anyway. Nobody likes
Yeah,
elves.
I know.
Nobody likes elves.
And the
Just
Department of Justice is not going to show up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Or
can't. I can't hit anything anyway, so I might be no good to the party.
I was going to say, you're in a town of dwarves now, dude. You're going to be right at home.
Yeah.
I am really quick here just checking to see, because I don't know why you would not have had permissions to do that, but I am going to save that and see if that fixes it. See if you can drag and drop now onto the token bar
Okay.
now.
Let me open them up here.
Because I didn't know that anything macro wise even affected that as far as permissions.
Nope. Ager lacks permission to create macro.
All right, so I need to. What were you trying to drop in there?
The scimitar.
Yeah, so I don't know if this will work for me, because I mean it will, but yeah, see, it lets me do it, so I'm gonna delete.
Hey, Dan, what's the starting date for this adventure going to be?
It is going to be the first day of readying, common year 595.
Hold on a second. I need to write it down. First day of readying?
Yep, first day of readying. So it's a spring month, but it's still winter spring. It's kind of like February, March time frame in our world.
And you said 595?
Correct. And it's actually about 9 years after Deglin's last adventure.
Oh.
Because y'all were in 586, and this is now 595. So you have been growing your congregation for the past decade almost.
Outstanding.
And you've already
Remember, he had money coming in from outside too.
I know, and you're up to 6 parishioners now.
Ooh.
All right. So with that, I am going to move us over to time to go, as we are ending tonight's session. I really appreciate everybody that hung out with us. As I said before, I know it was not a exciting stream. I just wanted to get our players into the groove, so to speak. So hopefully next week it will be a little bit smoother. Definitely good game, Excel. Definitely a good game. I would like to invite everybody to hang out for just a second as we figure out who we are going to bounce over to. Oh, who else? Let's go to Darling. Why not?
Yep. That's what I figured.
So, yeah, well, I mean, I've missed her a couple of times, but other times it's like we get there and she's like not streaming or whatever. But we're going to bounce over to Darling Creepshow. If you don't follow her, you need to. She's pretty awesome. She does all kinds of different stuff, D&D wise, paint. She's over there painting miniatures now. If you become if you subscribe to her stream, and then you go to her Discord channel, she has like videos that she plays on Thursdays or Fridays, whatever they have, movie night or whatever. So she's got a lot of good stuff cracking over there. She's pretty awesome. But you know, she scratches our back, we scratch hers. I'm hoping that she will live up to her promise. This adventure was written by Eric Mona, and he's actually friends with her. And so when she found out I was doing this, and everybody over on the Greyhawk channel, when they found out I was running this, are like, "What? Are you serious? That's pretty awesome." So I'm hoping that it'll get word over to Eric, and he'll come over and maybe visit for a session, just to kind of see. So, but anyway, we're gonna bounce over to her so I can go get more drugs in my system and knock out this head cold. I really appreciate you guys, man. I'm glad this worked so far. Hopefully it's not too much of a pain, but let me tell you, we've had people that struggle technology wise, and we are not above holding your hand like a baby. So don't feel bad if you have issues.
Breaking it down Barney style.
I'm telling you, it's not even, it's like, and then you'll find out that those of us, I'm a software engineer and I still freaking don't know what the hell's going on with this shit sometimes. So yeah, so we welcome you guys. We hope you stay for the long haul, and hopefully the game gets even better. I am going to work on this issue with the macros though, because that's no bueno. But anyway, we're going to bounce over to Darling. Let's see if I can actually do this. If I push the wrong button. Hey, there we go. But yeah, so like I was saying earlier, we were supposed to stream this Friday for our 5th edition game, but unfortunately we cannot. So since players can't play a little early, we're going to just push it to the following Friday, and we'll just play 2 weeks back to back instead of our normal bi-weekly. But in the meantime, we're going to head over to Darling. Like I said, if you haven't followed her, at least give her a follow, give her a listen. She's pretty cool beans. But just remember, in a world that you can be anything that you want, all we ask is that you be kind. See you guys. Peace.
Peace out.
Hey, Nephron.
Thanks, everyone.
Night, everyone.
See you guys.
I like the verdant green.
Are you the guy that made the
Oh,
token?
hi, everybody.
Agora!
No, that was Monkey.
What's up,
He-
DM
he was
Sean?
on our- No, he was on the channel
He
earlier.
was on the
Look,
chat.
everything is a gift. Yeah, truly.
Okay.
He's not playing.
Modred was a little light. I might need to get him to darken it up a little bit.
$200
that
eBay
token.
item, and you had a $550 tariff?
Oh, right, yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's fine. I
That's
appreciate you guys.
almost
letting me play.
triple the item.
No problem.
Oh yeah, no worries, man. Enjoy.
Oh, this is super fun. Super fun. That tool
Yeah,
is pretty cool.
that's insane.
What's
That's
that? Yeah,
Cuckoo
it
Banana
really is.
Land. I don't understand.
What was really cool?
I don't understand.
The
Like,
forge
that's
tool.
just
It
crazy.
Yeah.
keeps track of
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's pretty
nice.
cool.